I wonder what percentage of podcasts make it past 100. See, the thing is, a lot of people don't have listeners and they give up. We don't have listeners and we just are like, we're just going to keep going.
We just go. Okay. A little pat on our backs, you know?
Yeah.
We've done it. We did it. This whole episode was just to sniff our own farts, really, you know?
Yeah, motherfucker. We're gonna take it up a few notches right now. See if y'all can keep up.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 100 of the ScruffCast. I'm Dan.
And I'm John.
And we made it here. We did it.
It's hard to believe.
Yeah,
you could tell.
Clean.
Sound a little more excited. Yes, I am John. You know?
I am John.
Yes, it's hard to believe.
And boy, do we have a show for you.
Oh, we do.
We've been teasing this for a couple weeks now. Oh, we got some ideas. You guys going to have to see what happens. Well, now it's here. Now you get to see our great ideas. But before...
Those are the only kind of ideas we have. Great ones.
Well, of course. We have some emails to read before we get into those, do we not?
As per usual. I just got to say, though.
Hold on.
Feeling the vibes.
Good. I'm happy you're feeling those vibes. I have something I need to add. Before we get into anything. It's not a big thing. So, remember I think it was last week, how I was talking about that Wayfair ad and how there's the HGTV show, and there's like the Wayfair ad, like boom, thrown right in the middle. So I was talking to Ian today, a friend of the show, and he said it's called, hold on, I wrote it down here, in-program sponsorship. That's what it's called. He said it's pretty common. He said sometimes it's like subtly done, but sometimes it's like more intense. I said, yeah, this was like over the top. He's in marketing, so he would know.
Yeah, there's a blatant example of that in House of Cards, in one of the early seasons where Frank Underwood, played by the now exiled actor Kevin Spacey, is at somebody's house and he goes, "Is that a PS Vita?" And he picks it up. So shout out to the Vita.
My God.
And he goes, "What games does he have?" Asked the guy, and he goes, "Oh, he's got all of them." And he would just like sit around and play his PlayStation, play like Call of Duty in that show sometimes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
All right. Back on track here. Let's get some emails.
Yes. We put out the call to ask for a couple emails. Episode 100. If you guys haven't emailed us, now's the time. And the listeners responded. They wrote into scruffcast@gmail.com, just like this first email here. Subject line, the Century Challenge-ish. No, that wasn't good enough for episode 100. I got to redo that.
Yeah, what the hell was that?
The Century Challenge-ish. Much better. All right. Evening, Scruffs. I swear, I don't really plan to make all my emails long. This is sent from a beefy listener email extraordinaire, Chris. I swear I don't really plan to make all my emails long, but they tend to get away from me when I type out my answers and don't really pay attention to how much I'm trying or how much I'm typing, and probably how little you guys care about the long explanations. But now that I've gotten the rep of being the long email guy and you've complimented me formatting so nicely, this is what you get. If this email is being heard on the podcast, both of you are still alive and well and have made it to the 100th episode.
That's true, because we said we need to make sure we didn't die before we got here. I guess technically we need to make sure we don't die before this gets edited.
Yeah, edited and
actually
published.
Put out. So I guess if people are listening to this, then we did it.
Yes.
In fairness.
So props to us for not dying.
Good for us.
The email goes on to say, and John, if you guys still needed Jamie in your upcoming adventures, how we were talking about how Joe Rogan has his Jamie, his little side guy, I'm willing to sacrifice Monday evenings for hard work and zero credit so long as I get the Timbits you promised. Well, once the regular routine's back up, we may take you up on the offer. We'll see.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm thinking like when things go back to normal, we get back in the studio. I'm kind of liking the idea that it's time to revamp things a little, you know?
Yeah. Especially if he, instead of Timbits sometimes. But so this isn't really him getting rewarded now. It's just him doing extra work. Brings over some of those ginger cookies he made for around Christmas time. Dude, it's so good.
We would like it if he just brings us ginger cookies over.
Yeah. Congratulations to you both, fellas. It is a huge accomplishment in all seriousness, and you guys have done a great job at scrounging together 100 hours-ish of content for us to enjoy. I've said it before that listening feels very much like getting a coffee with you both, and during this shit-ass quarantine time, it's as welcome as ever. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you very much.
Really quickly, so this doesn't get out of hand. Regarding Spencer Confidential, I didn't hate the movie per se. However, I hated Dan's pick of putting it in a top 5 list. Foolish. Absolutely foolish. In
Listen, I hadn't watched a lot of Netflix stuff. I don't know if that was like Netflix movies, Netflix. I'm not sure what it was. I hadn't listened to a lot. Okay, give me a break. Or I haven't watched a lot. I said listen to a lot because I'm fixing my audio right now. That's why I said listen.
To be fair, I think it was like number 5, but it's still on the list.
Yeah, whatever. I stand by it. It's a good movie.
He goes on to say, next bullet point here. I have MeUndies underwear. It's the only underwear I have now, and I can confirm that it is soft against my balls. Would highly recommend. I'm pretty sure I was asking if MeUndies is soft against the balls.
Right.
Next point here. John, how the hell haven't you seen John Wick? Oh, he did a grievous error. 4 question marks in a row. We all know I hate
nothing
those.
John hates more than that.
So good. Highly entertaining and seriously just a great time. Yeah, I got to own up to that one. I haven't seen any. To be fair, though, I also haven't watched a single James Bond movie yet. I'm running out of weeks, so...
Yeah, John Wick's like 4 years from now. He'll watch those 3 movies.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's the quarantine, right? It's really it's messed things up for me,
Yeah, I hear.
Now I spend even more time inside. The next here. This joke will only land with you two since no one else can see, but please see the Venn diagram for people who care about the CFL. Now, I will definitely have to post this on our Instagram and Twitter, and pretty much anywhere you can follow us. You can find us on Twitter.
It is.
ScruffCast,
it's funny.
On Instagram, it's ScruffCast. So I'll try to describe it for you guys here anyway. So the Venn diagram is titled.
I don't even think you have to. It's like it's going to be too hard to describe this diagram.
Yeah, it will, but it's a Venn diagram of people who care about the CFL. Well, we'll just say that much.
Yeah, we'll post it. John will post it.
Yes, but I will say, well done, Chris. Well done.
Yes, great.
All right. Next up, I'm going to dive into the hated foods, but I wanted to point out that John's hate of cilantro is actually probably due to a predisposition based on his genes, which Dan probably doesn't have. Cilantro's soapy taste is an actual thing that a lot of people taste based on receptors and the molecules that create the taste. Most of these molecules are also present in fragrances used for soaps. I don't know the exact science, but here's a New York Times article about it, so it must be true. Damn, he's even sourcing it here.
Damn, not bad.
That's interesting.
He's really going for that Jamie seat.
Yeah. Dude, because he had to sit there and edit this Venn diagram together. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Dude, there's 6 things in this Venn diagram. It's a complicated one.
It's legit. Yeah.
I'll have to read that article. We continue here. I'm going to preface this with saying that I don't hate any of these. I really couldn't come up with a single food I hated as much as Dan hates tuna, which is a lot apparently. This is more of an I'd like to avoid these things if I have the option type list. I have a hard time believing that there's no foods you really hate.
There's got to be one.
Yeah, there's got to be one. But we'll go through the list. Number 5, olives. This is a weird one because I really want to like them, but I just find them overwhelming. I like the experience of eating them. The texture is nice, and they usually come with foods that I really enjoy. Cheeses, Greek food, etc. Shout out to Greek food. But they mostly just suck, especially the green ones with pimentos in the middle. Yeah, I agree with the green ones with pimentos in the middle.
You know what's funny how he says, I want to like them? There's not many things I dislike that I want to like, but there is one thing specifically, and it's was it Bloody Mary? Or a Caesar?
Yep. Because it doesn't seem like such a fun drink for everybody to drink. It's look at them having such a good time.
Did you get that there? Are we I kind of froze up there, I think.
You froze, so I tried to fill in the time there. But I was saying, it just seems like a fun drink that everybody wants to, I know. Looks like they're having fun.
And I've ordered them before and tried to drink them. I'm just it's not for me. I can't do it. I like to smell them, just don't like it.
Fair enough. Number 4, roasted red peppers. Specifically the canned ones that you get on pizza you order or something. They're almost always bitter as hell and are just not the best. Fair enough.
All right.
Number 3. Ooh, I find this surprising. Green beans. The only way I like green beans is completely raw while I'm working at the boutique farmer's market and eating them for free one at a time randomly. They are useless and my least favorite vegetable, I think. Especially when you order in-season vegetables at a restaurant and they bring you half-cooked, bland green beans. Hard pass.
First off, what kind of bougie restaurants is he going to where he gets to choose his in-season vegetables?
Yeah, I know.
I've never even seen that on a menu before. In-season vegetables. Not in my price range.
No, definitely not. Unless we really start selling ads. We need some in-program sponsorships on this podcast.
That's right. Maybe Jamie could get that for us.
Yeah. Ian, set up your marketing contacts. Yeah, that's a little tough. I like green beans. Sometimes you have steak or something at home. Little potatoes on the side,
they're
and
not
green
bad.
beans.
Yeah.
Simple to make.
A little garlic, olive oil, salt, pepper.
Number 2, I like this one here. Number 2, when food is too saucy. This is not technically a food, but a state of food. I am not a sauce guy. I can't stand when things have too much sauce on them, and most times I'd rather eat a food without any sauce. Example, pizza crust. I especially hate sandwiches that have too much sauce on them. I hate getting a bite of what I think is going to be a well-balanced sandwich with all the ingredients and end up with a mouthful of only mayonnaise. I agree with that part. Sauces are meant to accentuate the food you're already eating, not for you to eat them. The only acceptable food with a lot of sauce is wings, and even then sometimes is too much.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. Honorable mention, avocados. This just missed the list, and honestly, this used to be my number 1, but I have grown to appreciate the weirdness a little more. I can't stand it on its own and really try to avoid eating it. I used to eat it with just salt and pepper when I was dieting, and it was just the worst thing ever. That does sound terrible.
Yeah.
The texture is gross, and it tastes like nothing. It's basically a useless, bland vessel for other foods, which is where the money is at, guacamole, which I also used to not like, but it's pretty good. And putting a bit of mashed up avocado on a breakfast sandwich is pretty delicious. I don't want avocado anywhere near my breakfast.
No, thank you.
Yes. Number 1, blue cheese, and to a lesser extent, gorgonzola cheese. This is the worst I could think of. I actually really like cheeses, but for whatever reason, these two mostly just taste like mold. I know that all cheese is mold, but these taste almost rotten to me. For whatever reason, they have a really nasty taste, and they have a soft texture, which makes it even grosser. And that's it. Until next time, homies. Chris/Jamie. I like how he capitalized homies. It makes it sound like, we are the homies. If people are talking about homies, they're talking about us.
Right. It's us. We're the homies.
Well, thank you for your email, Chris, and for writing in, helping support episode 100. You are too kind to us.
Way too kind. All right, on to the next one. Congratulations. Hello, ScruffCast team. Congratulations on your 100th episode. I've listened to every episode, and each one is better than the last. Keep up the great work, and I look forward to listening to the next 100, sent from my iPhone. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. We have another one here. I'm excited to read this one. 100th podcast. Just stating the fact. And the subject. Hey, guys. Congrats on your 100th episode of the ScruffCast. Looking forward to hearing what you boys have cooked up for this one. Dan, you were right on the money with Extraction. Damn great movie. Jon, you were totally off the mark with Ozark. We waited almost 2 years for season 3. Absolutely garbage. COVID isolation must be affecting your judgment. Boys, congrats once again. Looking forward to another 100 episodes. You're a loyal listener. Now, I will say, to be
roasted.
fair, I got to watch all 3 episodes in a row. So I can see if you waited 2 years, it would heighten your expectations and dampen it a little. I agree that the third season was the best of the 3. Absolute garbage, so that's a hard disagree. I thought it was good, but we agree to disagree. I will say, obviously, this listener has good taste if they listen to the ScruffCast, though.
We can all agree Extraction's a fantastic movie.
Yeah, I've got to watch it. I couldn't convince
Dude,
Karen.
you got to watch it, man.
Even
She'll
with
love
Chris
it
Hemsworth.
She probably won't, actually. Dude, Chris Hemsworth's so good looking. Why wouldn't she want to watch it?
I know. She's
I don't
spoiled,
think
dude.
he goes shirtless, though.
It's like, why go out for hamburger when you have steak at home, right? She's got this already, so he just doesn't do it for her.
All right, on to the final email here. All right, happy 100. Hello, guys. Sending my most sincere congrats to you both for hitting the 100 mark. What a milestone, especially given these COVID days when you could have easily given up the show temporarily, but you just keep on, but you just keep on giving week after week. And we, your loyal audience, are so grateful for your weekly wit and wisdom. There was so many commas in that.
Yeah, you're supposed to breathe in at every comma, right?
I know. It was just like, geez, there's a lot of commas in there. That's probably like grammatically correct. I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying, a lot of commas.
Fair enough.
Thinking about your top 5 list of foods you can't stand from last week. Quickly, here's my list. Number 5, shrimp. Number 4, cod. Number 3, Brussels sprouts. Number 2, lamb. It's a baby animal after all. Dishonorable mention goes to veal. Yet another baby animal. I'm not a savage. And my number 1 thing I cannot eat is lima beans. I want to vomit from the taste of them. Ooh. So happy to have the ScruffCast as part of my life. Looking forward to laughing and learning with you in the next 100 episodes. Learning is a little... That's putting it light. That's putting it nicely. There's
we'll
not
take
much to
it.
learn here. Exactly. Thanks so much, guys. Keep it up. You're extremely loyal fan in South Etobicoke. All righty.
Thank you for all of those emails. It was looking a little grim until just we rolled up into the day of recording. We weren't looking like we got any emails. So thank you to everyone who wrote in. I've been looking forward to this episode for a while. I've been thinking about it. I even got excited. I put on my Monopoly socks, because I'm feeling like $1 million coming into the episode, Poured myself a little beverage in our ScruffCast mugs that Ian got us.
Respect. You know why I was most excited about this episode? It's because I figured, because we threw around some ideas of what we were going to do, and I figured, wow, this is probably going to be the least amount of work I have to do for an episode. This is fantastic. But it turns out it was the most goddamn work we had to do for an episode, so it was the complete opposite. But it was well worth it, and I enjoyed the process of the whole thing. How about you, John?
I did. Now, I guess the listeners don't yet know exactly what it is, because I don't think we mentioned it. No.
All right, let's tell them.
All right, so that
we got Obama.
Oh, dude, that would be awesome.
No, we didn't. But we replaced him with 5 other people. So we got all the guest hosts we've had before on, and we did a little interview with them individually, and to show our appreciation for them helping us out along the way.
Yeah, doing a little something special for the people who've helped us grow the show into what it's become. What it's become, I don't know. It's, slightly more than it was before, I guess.
It's become this, whatever this is.
There's no real top 5 this week. It's the just 5 in any general order.
Yeah, that's a good one. We don't have a top 5, but we have a top 5 guests. This is no specific order.
No specific order. Just in the order.
But if there were an order, the person that's up first would be number 5 on the list.
It wouldn't be a ScruffCast without any light roasting of our good buddy Kalon.
Exactly. So with that being said, here's Kalon, everyone.
All right. We are here with our good buddy Kalon. You may remember him from plenty of emails and plenty more insults and bashing we sent his way. Yeah. But yet, for some reason, he still hangs in there.
He does. One of our favorite people to talk about on the ScruffCast. All right. Well, first, Kalon, thanks for being on episode 100. Yeah, it's a very special treat to have you here.
Yeah, no, it's an amazing kind of thing to watch, kind of thing, like just sitting and listening to you guys just over the course of the years now, just because we had weird breaks and stuff, and like it's not something I'd ever think would happen, not because I didn't have faith in you guys, but like surely something else would come up to distract you.
Oh my god.
But here we
are. I
had
no faith in us. I thought I didn't think we'd make it past double digits.
Oh, no way.
And here we are. We're in the triples. Pretty crazy. So for everyone listening at home, Kalon was on, he actually first debuted on episode 23, Spreading the Good Turd, which was the 3 of us. And then he did a solo show with just John, episode 51, Spreading the Good Cheese. Episode 67, Kalon's Back, The Marathon.
Oh, yeah.
And then he was on Christmas with Friends, episode 77, Christmas Vibes. Kalon, 4 episodes. Congratulations. You're actually tied for the top.
I feel like a Wikipedia entry, like on a series kind of thing. It's
I know, not bad.
He appeared in 4 episodes.
Dude, that's like 4% of the show's run, right?
That's some good math.
It really is. That's pretty good.
Well, hang on. This would be number 5 then, right?
Technically?
Yeah.
So 5%.
Okay, and episode 100, whatever we title this one.
Yeah, TBD.
Yeah.
TBD, which, whoever's listening to this knows the title, obviously, but...
True.
All right. Sorry, go ahead, Kalon.
Yeah, I was just going to say, like, I think, like, it sounds like we're just, we're bringing our own topics these days, which I think is totally fine, right? And I wanted to talk about, like, old TV series and these types of shows that were, like, so iconic, but, like, not part of your kind of upbringing, but you just kind of know, right? So, like, I talk about, like, MASH, right? We've all kind of seen MASH on TV. You've probably seen, like, an episode too. And it's like iconic. People know MASH. They talk about it all the time. Or like, for some people that was like, I gotta watch that. It was like their friends or for John, their Seinfeld kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah. And like, I found myself just getting into these more lately. So like I've started, and Netflix is like drugs for this kind of thing because it has all these old shows that like I missed or like I saw a part of kind of thing. And now I'm finding myself rewatching them. And some of them hold up. So I'm watching Star Trek The Next Generation. That's the one with Picard and like as like, you know, Patrick Stewart playing guitar, Picard.
Yeah.
Right, right. So
think,
not the William Shatner.
No, maybe that's
okay.
But like I could see myself getting into it kind of thing. And I have to say it's like amazing. It's
Heard a
so
lot of
good.
good
Really, eh?
things
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, it's like it's funny watching old shows and then like, you know, having them because like even shows you've watched before too, right? Like shows from when you're a kid and stuff. Like a lot of it's just like that nostalgia bias a little bit. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
The nostalgia filter. So it's kind of fun to go back and watch them. And some of them don't hold up. Some of them are like, man, this is not really. It's because I remember it being. But some of them, yeah, end up being really good. I think I talked about it before. Like on Disney Plus, I watched a show Recess. Remember that show Recess?
Oh man.
I remember you loved that show.
Yeah, so I just like recently I went back and watched it. I saw it was on Disney Plus. Dude, the show holds up. It's still really good. Like I was watching it as an adult now and like, oh my God, the show's still good.
Yeah.
It's always nice when that happens because it kind of sucks when you like loved something as a kid, especially when you want to show it to somebody else. You're like, oh, I love this as a kid. And you go back and watch it and you're like, ew, because then they're like kind of giving you that look of like, ew, you like this? Sometimes you go back and these just are trash. They don't hold up at all. I had a recent example of that. I'm trying to remember what it was.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you.
Yu-Gi-Oh! I saw a video by PewDiePie on YouTube, sort of breaking down the first episode of the anime. And geez, it was rough. I was like, oh, I love this enough to do my speech on this in grade 6. Ooh.
Actually, what's funny about Yu-Gi-Oh and Dragon Ball Z both have this like online kind of channel associated with like redubbing it, like is like humorously. So for Dragon Ball Z, it's called Team 4-Star kind of thing, and it's like DBZ abridged. They call it Dragon Ball Z abridged, and basically they've redubbed it and just like filled in stupid plots and like re-edited it and like made it really short, and it's absolutely hilarious. So they do everything from like episode 1 till the Cell Saga in 60 episodes. And they do all the movies just hilariously. But they did that as an homage or like after being influenced by the Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, like dub online kind of thing.
So I've heard of the Dragon Ball Z abridged. I think it was you that told me about it, but I didn't know there was a Yu-Gi-Oh! Version.
Yeah. So it might improve it because they do tend to like acknowledge like stupid characters or like stupid scenes or like, oh, we're also going to rip this to shreds. Yeah. I think like part of the problem with like trying to watch these old series though is that so Star Trek has like 180 or 160 episodes, right? And it's just so many, and you realize that some of them are just filler, right? Like, oh, we have to do 20 episodes this season, this is crap, right? And it comes up in like anime a lot where people like, I need the no filler list, tell me which episodes actually matter kind of thing. Well, someone's actually gone and made this for Star Trek, and I've been following it religiously. Kind of thing.
How many episodes are you actually like getting to skip out on?
About 60. I'm gonna watch about 100 episodes.
Oh my God.
Wow, that's
a lot.
a substantial chunk.
Yeah. But I think just with any kind of TV series, that's the nature of the beast, right? Like you're just gonna get episodes that don't really matter, right? Not everything can be HBO.
That's true.
Yeah. But you know what? That's the nice thing about like Netflix and stuff like that, right? It's like there's no filler episodes. Like you get a series, the season's 8 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
And those 8 episodes generally just like they're all good episodes, right? There's not, you don't have to put out 24 episodes to make a season on, you know, TV or whatever, right?
Yeah. It's strange how there's like the type of shows that kind of need that filter though. So something like Breaking Bad, every episode matters, right? Like all the episodes are part of like a continuous timeline. And then you get something like Friends where no episode matters, right? Like it's, there's no reason to watch it in any kind of order realistically. And then you have the kind of middle shows like what we talk about where like Star Trek, it like has important episodes that are part of like the continuous plot, but then other episodes that don't matter at all kind of thing. These kind of weird in between shows.
It's kind of like How I Met Your Mother. It's more along the lines of Friends, right? But it does follow like a huge story path, obviously, of like, you know, how he met their mother. And if you watch it like beginning to end, there's like so much that like all ties into one another, right? But you can also just watch each episode individually and still find it funny.
Yeah, How I Met Your Mother was good because there was a lot of references to like things that would happen in the future that would be solved in future episodes and things that would happen in the past. So I think that's an example of a show that does it really well because you can watch any episode and it's enjoyable, but if you watch it sort of in order, you almost get rewarded because you're like, oh, that's how the pineapple
For
got on the
sure.
nightstand,
Yeah.
right? Things like that.
Which you never actually find out about.
Yeah, but that's
like
the first example.
The one secret. Yeah. Yeah. No, I like, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe, see, I've never gone back and watched a show from out of my generation.
Mhm.
You know, that was like big and like famous or whatever back in the day. Like you said, MASH or Star Trek or something. Right? I've never done that, but maybe I'll find something. I don't think I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, the oldest show I've probably watched is like Golden Girls, but I've only seen like a handful of episodes.
Oh,
And that
geez,
show
even,
holds up.
even Seinfeld's nearly out of our generation.
Yeah.
Just barely. Yeah.
Not too far off. So,
I mean, realistically, why do we know so much about Friends, right? Like,
Yeah, I guess it's just the age we were when it was airing. It was just kind of like that right sort of time, right? Right place, right time.
no, I find it's a lot of fun, and like I actually once one time in university, so The Simpsons, obviously everyone knows The Simpsons. Everyone knows they kind of do a Halloween special every year, and when I was in my last year at university, me and my roommate Rob said, "Oh, let's cue them all up. Let's watch every single Treehouse of Horror Halloween special and just do like a marathon kind of thing. And we'll make those Pillsbury Halloween cookies kind of thing. We'll just make like 2 trays of them and stack them on the day." Well, we were so sick of the cookies and The Simpsons by like halfway through, and there was just so much left. It was ridiculous, man.
Well,
Like,
if they do like one episode a season like that, and there's so many seasons, you have practically an entire season of a TV show,
yeah,
right? Like over 20
Yeah, seriously.
30 episodes, right?
yeah. And then
it's
the worst,
crazy. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, the worst part is they started repeating jokes year to year, but like no one else has seen it in a year, so they don't remember. And you're just like, oh my god, you just did this joke 2 episodes ago.
Yeah.
That's
on
funny.
on Disney Plus, actually, they have like collections now for The Simpsons.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so they have like, you know, like all the Halloween episodes in like a collection. They also have like the predictions, right? All the things like Simpsons has predicted correctly, like all those in a collection. You can watch all the episodes just like that, which is like pretty neat actually.
Yeah.
Which I want to watch those prediction ones because those are kind of cool.
Yeah, that's nuts.
I guess that makes sense, right? With the show, with like how many episodes are there of the show? Like hundreds, right?
Yeah. So is there going to be a filler list for the ScruffCast first 100 episodes?
Ooh, dude, that's a good question.
Oh, 99 of them are fillers.
Yeah.
You can maybe listen to one in there, one that has some good content. But besides that, it's all filler.
What you need is like, you need to start finding like tropes and make like highlight reels. So example, like you could probably get like Shine Tales. You probably have about 25 minutes of Shine Tales by this point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
That would be good. That'd be a lot of work to go through all the episodes, but I would kind of like to do that.
Yeah, like compilations kind of.
Maybe if like for some reason, you know, we weren't allowed to go outside or, you know, had all this extra free time, I would do something like that. But otherwise,
yeah, maybe
it's
one day.
unlikely.
All right. Well, I think we should wrap up this portion of it. Kalon, thanks for coming on, and thank you for being an integral part of the ScruffCast. Is minor success. We really appreciate it. We couldn't have done this without you. And you know I don't give you compliments that often. So this is a big one.
I'm framing this one.
I think this is like not the first time you've specifically said you gave him a compliment on the show while calling out that you don't give him compliments very often. So that just goes to show.
I think I compliment him more behind his back than I do in person. Believe it or not.
I don't know. I hear it on the ScruffCast. I got a feeling that's not very true, Danny.
All right.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, we appreciate you being on here and listening through all, I guess 100 episodes now. We appreciate it, man. Seriously.
I don't know. I'm thinking of skipping the last one. Maybe I won't. I'll stop at 99. That was a good commitment, you know. But thanks, guys. It's been a lot.
Go off with a bang.
Yeah.
It was a lot of entertainment, and I appreciate it. You know, it's great to see you guys just flowing with your creative juices and getting downright freaky with it, and to some extent. I think you can do better, to be honest. But that's what the next 100 episodes are for.
Well, we'll
all right.
try.
Gee, no pressure here. All right. Okay. Thanks, Kalon. We appreciate it. This is our first recording, so I don't even know what the hell to do here now.
Yeah, and I don't know what order they'll be in.
See ya.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. All right. Well, you'll hear our voices again in about 2 seconds.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks, Kalen.
Thanks.
And we're back to the present day, if you will, because we're back onto our regular Monday after talking to Kaylon earlier this week. It feels like we've been recording for, this has been the longest week between podcasts ever.
We've recorded on so many different days.
Yeah.
So many different damn things.
Yeah, it's been, it's the episode 100 celebration. You guys have been spoiled.
That's right. This is the most work by far we've ever put into an episode. It's not even remotely close.
Oh, yeah. Feels almost like a real show. You're texting me schedules. Okay, we got this person at this time, this person at this time. It's like, ooh.
It's been pretty wild, yeah.
We almost got to get a producer.
That was Kaylon. Hopefully you all enjoyed what he brought to the table. We know we did. And we appreciate him being on here.
Yes, thank you, Kaylon.
Yeah, thanks for being on. So next we'll turn to Chris. Chris is our next guest up here. So enjoy. What's up, everybody? We are back with our next guest, Chris. Chris, thank you for coming on the show again.
What up, y'all? Thanks for having me.
And for anyone who remembers, Chris was on 3 episodes of the show. Episode 70 was his debut. Buffalo Bills fans are still crazy. And then he was on episode 78, Christmas Magic, and 79, Christmas Dud. The only person to co-host back to back.
Yeah, I forgot that he had the double, the Christmas Dud.
Pretty impressive, yeah. The Christmas with Friends. You went back to back.
I know.
I've never done that before.
Remember Christmas? Those were the days. It's crazy to think that was already 20 plus episodes ago. So 20 weeks ago. Feels like it was not that long ago.
This year is strangely flying by, even though it feels like it's going pretty slow. But yeah, it's crazy.
You'd think it would be the opposite, with everything going on. It would run slowly, but here we are.
Middle of May.
In middle of May.
Yeah.
Episode 100 of the ScruffCast.
Dude, boom. You're all listening to it.
I was already thinking, I can't wait till we get to 180. So then you can do 180. Because you do the even numbers, you'll do the intro that week.
Oh, man, yeah.
So it's going to be awesome.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 180.
I was actually looking at a calendar the other day and did the math, and it's November next year if we don't miss a week. So
we're gonna miss we're probably talking June of the year after, really.
Yeah.
Set your clocks for that 5-month window, everybody.
You know what's funny? So I've tracked here everybody, all the guest hosts and stuff like that have all the information of all the episodes they've been on. So if I look at this now. So hold on, let me count this real quick here. 1, 2, 3, 4.
This is real thrilling podcast.
A big delay between 3 and 4. That's why I was laughing.
No, I'm counting here. I've missed 6 episodes of this. So technically, this is episode 94 for me.
Got a couple weeks to go.
You've only reached episode 100, John. Congratulations.
Thank you. Pats on the back for me.
Yeah, I missed 6. Yeah, there was two around the honeymoon.
Well, no, John. When John was away, you guys just didn't do an episode.
Yeah, we can't do it without me. I haven't given Dean the keys to the kingdom.
Yeah,
you got to keep me around.
I'm not trusted yet. Yeah, because we did 2 for the honeymoon.
One was your birthday one time. So you had other commitment. You don't want to hang out with me.
Well, that sounds about right.
What were the other 3?
Oh, right before the quarantine. That's when Taryn was on.
Yeah.
Because we weren't sure what the hell we were doing.
Yeah.
And, I think there was one week where you just didn't feel like going in, to be honest with you. Not to throw you under the bus.
That probably.
Yeah, you're like,
that sounds about right.
There's an action movie playing on cable right now. How am I going to drive all the way there?
Yeah, Tom Cruise marathon.
Rogue Nation's on. It just started, man. I can't come.
I've seen it 50 times, but it just sucks me in.
It just sucks me in. It's the plane scene right at the beginning, man.
I was just like, say no more, fam. I'll do it on my own. Yeah, I don't remember.
All right.
But anyways, thank you for being on, Chris, and for all the times you've been on before.
You're welcome,
especially
guys.
really loved the Christmas Magic episode you were on. I think that's one of my favorite ones. So,
I like that one too a lot, actually. I listen to it every once in a while because it's just like a fun conversation.
I don't remember that one.
Dude, it's when I told the story
I
of
don't remember.
When I told the story of how my uncle preserved the magic at Christmas when Santa disappeared. How could you forget?
Right.
I know it touched
No,
me.
I remember you telling
forever.
that story. I just don't remember like what specific episode it was on.
I also remember the one after that where it was rough.
Yeah,
True.
the dud.
Yeah, that
Christmas
was.
dud was rough.
We didn't even
We
do a
got
top
we got
five.
sucked in. We got sucked into the 4K TV. That was the problem. You know.
Yeah, it was-
John gets a 4K TV, and we sit there and watch like, oh, let's just check out Avengers just to see the quality. And we watched the whole 45-minute battle scene at the end.
And then we watched like an hour and a half of PewDiePie videos.
Yes, the meme,
Oh,
the meme
yeah,
review. Do you know the way? That one.
Do you know the way?
Oh yeah,
Dan still doesn't understand that, I don't think.
I still don't really, but it was funny though.
Yeah, it was very boomer-esque.
Yeah. All right, Chris, you have something you want to bring to the table?
Yeah, so it's not going to be super thrilling for people, but the lack of sports and the lack of physical activity as a group with people, I'm missing it a lot. So I just want to talk about golf, and I want to talk about
Dude.
potentially hockey. And I know that these are two topics that you guys are very passionate about.
Dude, you know what the best part of this is? Because we don't talk a lot about sports on the ScruffCast, but since you're a guest,
I'm
I
bringing
guess
it
we
to you.
gotta talk about
Yeah,
it.
it would be
I'm
rude.
bringing it to you.
That's right. All right. Well, okay. Let's dive on in, shall we?
Ooh, I
All
wish
right.
the listeners could see Dan's eyes. He's lit up now.
Super
I'm
thrilled.
fired up right now, man. I'm excited.
All right, so I have a question for you. So I'll preface it with, actually, no, I'll ask you the question first, and then I'll give you the little preface, and then you can answer. So with the new opening of the golf courses, are you guys planning on going golfing anytime soon? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, looking for an invite.
Okay.
But also, I was just reading an article that there's a whole bunch of new cases of COVID-19 that they're reporting after the golf courses and marinas opened up. So,
What? They've literally been open for one day. How do they already have the
no,
tests
they opened.
already?
They opened on Sunday, I think, of last week.
No, do they open today? Golf courses?
Are you sure?
100%. They open today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, COVID
Everything
works
open
quick.
today.
Okay, so then this report is definitely just sensationalist nonsense.
Dude, are you watching the? Are you on the Onion right now?
No, I'm on CBC.ca. That's as legit as they come.
Yeah, they're losers. They don't know. Yeah, golf courses just open today. He just announced it Thursday. He said everything else can open Tuesday, but golf
Oh
courses
yeah,
can
you're
open
definitely
Saturday.
right.
Dude, doesn't
Dude,
that announcement
Anyway,
feel like a week ago?
Yeah, dude, I'm losing track
Yeah, I
of
know.
days.
Yeah.
Am I going? Yeah, I'm gonna try to go this week.
Oh,
I'm gonna try to hit a Twilight this week, and then hopefully go Sunday. If not, I'll hit another Twilight maybe early next week.
wow. Okay, so
That's my goal. So I know my dad wants to go at some point, but I already messaged John Sutton see if he wants to go play 9. He was a little he was kind of non-committal. I don't know what the hell that was about.
yeah, he would be non-committal. That's a real
But,
classic John.
He's
move.
afraid of getting in trouble for going out, probably.
Probably, yeah.
You're going to get COVID and bring it back to me.
I'm fired up. I'm so excited about the golf courses being open. This is a morale boost
Yeah.
for us. This is it's been a struggle, and realistically, we've only missed a month of golf because golf season doesn't start for till April anyway. So it hasn't been that bad, but it's still it's a morale boost. That's really what this is.
Dude, it's a double-edged sword, though. It's a morale boost until I'm out there.
Yeah.
Once I'm out there, then the
It
morale
feels really good
I should
leading
close.
into it.
Yeah.
I said I was if I shoot 150, I don't even care. I could not care less. I'm just happy to be out there at this point, man.
Yeah.
I totally
But
agree.
I say that now. I'll be furious once I
Like
get
you
there.
said, it actually hasn't eaten too much of the season yet. But
Thankfully,
because
no,
the
it didn't.
year feels like it's going so slow
Yeah.
and so fast at the same time, it just feels like it's been so long.
Dude, it feels like I've missed out on so many months of golf. Especially I'm on Reddit and stuff all the time, and I just see people posting this is my fucking hole in one from today, and this is my golf round. Nice pictures from where they're golfing. It's probably in the States, in fucking California, where it's sunny all the year long, and it just makes me feel like I could have been golfing in January, even though that's not true.
Yeah, I
It's just
know. Yeah, but
Yeah.
listening to everybody else having such a good time on the golf course, right? So yeah, I'm pumped. I cannot wait to get out there.
Yeah, dude.
Obviously, I wasn't gonna go today because I had to work, and also
First
It's
day.
going to
they're
be a
open.
little crazy.
the first day would be it would be crazy. So
Yeah.
no point. But yeah, I'm super pumped.
I've heard one of the things they're planning on doing, to promote social distancing, was limited to one person per cart instead of two.
Yeah.
So I'm well, that's almost like an improvement if you get 4 people, 4 carts out there.
I'm pumped.
But here's the real question: is are they going to charge you to rent your own cart? Are they still
like
going to
that, like full price?
Yeah.
I can't imagine they will. That would be like,
Well, I don't know, because I was
man.
reading that even though business will open, and I'm sure eventually people will start, golfing again. Because, like, come on, who's the target demographic for golf?
It's old people.
old white guys.
Yeah, that's true.
Those guys
yeah.
don't care about Corona, so it's not going to impact that. But they've had to cancel a lot of corporate events. Different.
That's true.
Courses. So that's
Right.
their thing, eat their profits. So they better not charge us full price if they want us out there.
Yeah, seriously. I don't know.
I would be down for like a midday twilight price for like a 12:30 tee off. That'd be prime.
Yeah, I agree.
It's getting me excited now.
I know. We'll see. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go like ASAP.
And on like a little second side happy note, this is looking good for potentially Forest this year.
Oh, it's looking real good. Like we're going. As far as I'm concerned, it's a done deal.
Well, like on track with timelines. I mean, like by the end of the year, we'll be there.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I'm going at some point this year.
Tiff can definitely hear me. I don't know how happy she is about this right now, but
dude, if we don't go,
we're going.
Like when New Year's rolls around, I'm not celebrating. The year's not done. It's not done until we go.
Not done until I make it to
roll it
Forest.
over.
Until we have those 6 a.m. mimosas from Sunny D.
Ooh.
The year's not done.
Oh.
Dude, I didn't appreciate that Forest trip enough as it was. The fact that like we almost had it taken away from us. I mean, it's still a possibility, but the fact like it seemed like it just wasn't going to happen makes me appreciate it so much more.
Dude, it was so grim for a little while. Like I had an email drafted in like the middle of January because I was trying to book off all my days between like weddings and stuff, and like like I'm trying to organize so I have all my days booked off so I like nobody can fucking steal my days. So I'm drafting out this email and it ends up like I don't send it yet. So I had sent it to Tiff and I was like, oh, do you have any other days like I should book off, whatever. So it ends up being like the beginning of March. And I hadn't sent this email yet. And I'm like, fuck, man. Like, shit's getting a little bit dicey with this stuff. I think I'm going to hold off on this email. So I have this email in my fucking drafts at work of just like all the days that I wanted off. Half of them are not happening anymore. And I saw like, as soon as we closed like the Forest dates, I was like, oh, man, that's not happening. There's no way we're going. So, I mean,
I
haven't booked any time off for it either yet. And now
I had all my time booked off, but now there's a bunch of stuff that I don't need anymore, right? But Forest is not that. Oh, I'm going, man. I don't care. I said, like, if they're like, oh, you can only golf, you can't stay, I'll sleep in my car. I don't care. I'm going. Like,
dude, we still go over to, what is it, Skeeter Barlow's?
Exactly.
Across the street?
Across the street?
That's a
car wash.
Yeah, barbecue and car wash in one.
Barbecue and car wash all in one. Yeah, like 100%. I said to Anna, I was like, if I don't get to go to Forest, it's going to be a real long year for all of us. Okay, this is a big deal here. Okay, it's going to ruin my year, and which in turn will ruin your year because I'll be so upset.
Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to it. The only struggle is now like, so as things are like reopening, my work is like starting to ramp up a little bit. So I'm like,
is it going to be busy?
If it gets too busy,
it's time to send that email.
will I be able to take the time off? Like, do I preemptively book the time off before we're even fully open again?
Oh, 100%.
Be like, I need this
week off regardless. Like,
in case we open up, I'm not going to be there.
Yeah, I have a similar sort of worry, but I'm like, well, we don't really know if the dates are going to shift or what's going to happen.
Yeah,
so
that's true too. Like, if we end up not going that week and I book off a week of time.
Yeah.
Especially if I'm like, we're already closed and I book off the time. And then I'm like, actually, no, I don't need this time. They're going to be like, no, you can't have that back. Fuck you. Like,
yeah.
It's like, oh, you really need to book time off from the little work we're all doing now?
Yeah.
What the heck?
I know that's the thing. Like my work schedule is much more flexible. I can just kind of like book stuff and then be like, no, actually I'm not taking this. Or kind of add stuff quickly. So it's not that bad for me.
Yeah. They're pretty good. It's just the struggle is like if I wait too late and somebody else books it, then I'm fucking.
Of course, yeah. That's the thing. I wrote down all my dates. Like as soon as we got a new calendar, I wrote down everything because I do a bunch of stuff from like weddings and this and that, right? So I just wrote down everything. It was like right off the bat, it was like 12 days. I was like,
Yeah, dude.
Jesus,
Same
man.
with me. I think I had like 2 full weeks just gone
Yeah.
from the beginning of the year.
Well, geez, I think we're going to the same events for the most part.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
So
I had 2 weeks booked up as well. 1 week I took for the golf trip, and then I was supposed to go to Dominican Republic, like literally right when all this shit happened.
Oh yeah.
Obviously,
Yeah,
that got
right.
canceled. And then I still had that week booked off in the work calendar, and they're like, "Oh, are you still taking that vacation?" And I'm like, "No." Like,
I guess
what?
not.
What ended up happening with the trip? Like, did you get reimbursed?
So what happened was originally, so my mom held out hope for a long time. We're still going. This is mandatory travel. I need a vacation. And then they eventually my mom was like, all right, we'll cancel, fine. But they said that you had to wait until it was in with like 3 days of the trip, like 72 hours prior, because I guess they had so many people trying to cancel at once.
Fair enough.
Mhm.
And then the airline, I can't remember who it was with, just automatically canceled all the trips, and they just credited everyone's accounts.
Oh, that's all right.
But before that, it was okay, if you cancel, you can either just change the dates and keep your trip exactly the same, right? They'll switch the dates for free, or they'll just credit your account and you had to use it by like the end of the year or something like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Then they just automatically sort of canceled everybody's things and credited everyone's accounts. So I'm not sure if it was like, because like we all just had my mom pay and just sent her everything. So
Yeah.
it's just through one person. So I'm not sure if it was like they credited her for like a vacation or they just credited her back. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
you
that's
want
crazy.
to get into a little hockey talk too, yeah? Hockey talk. That
Yeah,
sounds like
so-
a country song.
I was just briefly looking up like what they were talking about doing like an extended playoff format. Do you guys know like the details of how that was planning on working, or do you know anything about that?
Somewhat. I've heard things here and there about it. How there's like
I'm
Go
not
ahead.
exactly sure. Like I heard the opposite, where they weren't sure if they were going to like be able to play the same number of games. I heard them float around the idea of having like 24 teams or something.
yeah, I heard
That
that.
like-
many, eh? Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like almost the whole league, right? But I guess it would just be sort of a play-in game. But if they don't finish the season, I don't know. Hockey is weird in that, I don't want to say like the sport has that integrity, but you know what I mean? It's like if you don't play the 16 games, like then you know, it's not worthy of the cup. Even if the season is shortened, you still need the playoffs.
As far as I'm concerned, they should just cancel everything.
Yeah, I'm in the
Yeah.
same
Regular
boat.
season playoffs, just that's it. Call it a day and just start up next
They should just
season. There's
nullify
cup
it so
winner
it
this
doesn't
year.
exist,
That's it.
including the fantasy leagues as well.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely not.
In my
I want my
opinion.
money.
Dude, I tend to agree because like as soon as anything, it's exactly what you were saying. Like it is like, I don't want to use the word sacred, but like as soon as you alter any type of the format, anybody who wins, there's going to be a little asterisk, and people be like, well, no, like you won,
Yeah.
but like you didn't really win.
Yeah.
But like,
No, it sucks too because like if they cut off the regular season, right? Because it's like there's 12 or 14 games left that these teams could have played, right? And people are trying
Yeah.
to compare it to like a lockout, but like a lockout at the beginning of the year, okay, we have 48 games,
yeah,
right? This you assumed you had 82, and all of a sudden it's cut off at 68 or 70, and then
yeah, those
a
points.
team that's just out of the playoffs doesn't get those 12 games to try to make it through, right? Like that's the tough part because they're talking about like going from like point percentage to like show who goes into the
Yeah.
playoffs, right? So I don't know what they're gonna do. I think they should just like call it a day. That's it. Cancel it all.
Just give up on the season. And I read that one of their priorities was trying to have a full season next year.
Damn, that's so
That's the thing,
depressing
yeah.
to hear.
Dude, but even like the general consensus seems to be there won't be big events like this until like with
Until
like
there's a
full crowd.
vaccine.
Until there's a vaccine, which makes complete sense, right? Because let's say small percentage of the population has this coronavirus. If you have 20,000 people,
Yeah.
dude, 1% is like 200 people in that crowd, right? So,
Yeah.
and then I don't think the teams are going to want to play the games with the stadiums empty or the arenas empty because they're missing out on all that revenue, right? But I'm so curious to see what the games will be like without the crowd. They were supposed to play them right before they postponed the season. I
Yeah,
was like, no.
It would be curious to see
Yeah.
it. Yeah. I think you just like you stop everything. You focus all your energy on working on next year. finding a solution to make it work. Even if you have to start the year not having anybody in the stands, right? Find a way to make it work to run your normal 82 game schedule next year. I think all the sports should do that, to be honest with you. Baseball's kind of weird because they were just supposed to start. But like for basketball and hockey, that's it. Just call it a day.
I read for basketball what they were going to do was test the players every day. And then if a player tested positive, they were out for like the series or like a playoff series, which seems so flawed because like, hey, man, how are they getting so many tests to test all the players every day, right?
Yeah, they're talking about buying like 1 million tests.
Some people are struggling as it is.
Yeah.
And then if one player is positive, it's like, oh, you're up for the season. It's like, well, what about everybody else? Like that person's probably going to be positive a couple days later. So it's
exactly.
Just, I don't see a way to make it work.
No, me either.
Dude, I can't remember if we talked about this on the podcast or not, but it was the real test. You said this, Dan, is going to be when American football comes back, the NFL, right? Because they need that money.
Yeah,
they've only got 16 games, but like the stadiums are huge.
Yeah, but it's not even the stadiums. Like every one is full of people outside, like tailgating too.
Yeah.
Like even if you don't have a ticket, like you're there just partying.
Yeah, you guys have heard my stories from the Buffalo Bills games.
Oh,
that's some wild stuff. Right, and those stadiums, like, dude, even if they're at half capacity, the stadiums hold like 60, 70,000 people.
Yeah.
So half capacity is still like it's like a full hockey arena, right? So I don't know. It's gonna be wild.
So like, okay, so say theoretically the NHL came back this year and they finished they went right into playoffs, empty stadiums. So what if they did like the top 8 teams or the top 10 teams automatically get a bye into the playoffs, and then the bottom, like the middle, let's say maybe 12, the middle 12 teams have to do like a best of 3 or best of 5 series to see who gets the rest of the spots. Like it's still flawed, but I feel like that would be almost a little bit more fair because like the people who are in are pretty much solidified in. Like there's the wild card middle spots are more like where the fluctuation is, and you just have them battle out for the spots, and then at least you can get the playoffs done. But it's, I don't know, it's so stupid.
Yeah, it just would feel a little tainted. I feel like anything except the actual thing would feel tainted.
Yeah. You guys can hear me, yeah?
Yeah, I could see a little bit of panic on your face of like, oh shit.
Yeah, I don't know, man. All of a sudden just came up saying like, your microphone's not working. I was like, uh-oh.
But no, it's all good.
You're in the clear.
All right, cool. Good. Yeah, so I actually didn't hear any of that question. I'm assuming it was a good one and that John answered it perfectly.
Correct. We have that chemistry from hosting together for 94 other episodes.
All right. I think we'll wrap this up then. Chris, thank you for being a part of the ScruffCast, and thank you for being on all those episodes. We appreciate you being on and you listening all this time. We didn't think we'd have any listeners. To even have one in you is special for us.
And I will say, you even converted your fiance to start listening as well.
As far as I know,
she emailed in one time too, didn't she?
She did. I think she's emailed a couple times.
A couple times, yeah. As far as I know, you're the only person who's spread the magic of the ScruffCast, as John says.
I can barely get Taryn to listen.
Successfully done it, yeah.
I'm spreading the good word. Yeah, dude, I appreciate it, guys. It's like you guys have done a good job, and like it's crazy that you guys are at 100 episodes. Dan mentioned it last episode. Like it's absolutely wild. Like it seems like so long ago that when you guys started this, but it's good, man.
Well, we did take a 4-month hiatus.
That's true.
We're thinking about another one after this too.
No, it's good, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, thanks for being on, Chris.
You always write excellent emails as well.
Thank you. I like having the credit of being the long email guy.
Dude, it was. You even had the description one week. It was like, Jon and Dan read the beefiest listener email of all time, something like that.
We got it in the description. Look at that. That's pretty good.
Practically the whole podcast done for.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I know. All right. Oh, can you hear me now? Yeah,
we can hear you.
Jesus Christ, man, there's something crazy going on here. All right, okay, that's it then. Chris, thanks again for being on. We appreciate it, and again, we don't know how to end these things, so see you in the next guest. Whoop! All right, we're back to the present day. I guess that's the thing we'll start using here.
Yeah,
we're back to the present day, as opposed to 2 days ago when we recorded this. Yeah, I know. See, it would have been cool if we could like get everybody on one call. That was kind of my initial thought when we were kind of like putting this together, is just get everyone on one call. And that would just be an absolute cluster. It'd be a disaster. Like all of us we talk over each other enough as it is.
Yeah, it would have been possible, but would have been a little complicated.
Yeah, with the power of Zoom, anything's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was we don't do sports talk too much on this. So that was nice to dive in a little bit to that.
And it was sort of an uplifting topic because it just gets me thinking about getting out there for golf again,
I hear you, man.
Just
As of right now, golf courses are open. Were they? Oh, they were open when we talked to Chris. They were.
Yeah.
That was the first day they opened up. So, yeah. All right. We're moving on to Anthony now. So, yeah, listen to Anthony speak.
And we're here with our good buddy, Anthony. You guys may remember him. He co-hosted twice before, and we've repeatedly mentioned throughout the run of the show that despite being on twice, he's never listened.
Yeah. But now he knows we're on Spotify, so it's a game changer for him. Will he listen? We'll find out.
Yeah, because I doubt we'll get emails.
No. So Anthony was on episode 15, Deep Edition, and episode 33 called Here We Go Again.
Oh, here we go again. That's a good title.
Anthony, thank you for coming back.
Oh, you know what, guys? Thanks for having me. I missed the first 100, but I'm gonna start. I'm gonna turn a new leaf and get that next 100.
This is the thing, right? This is the we call it the second century. Things are changing in the second century now. Yeah, even you're listening.
Yeah, but yeah, no. Thanks for having me, guys. It's always
thanks
nice
for
to be able to talk to my friends and be on the show. It's an honor.
You're more courteous than most guests we have on here.
Yeah, you make it sound a little better than it is. An honor.
Yeah, seriously. Is there something you wanted to discuss, Anthony?
Yeah. So I figured, we were going to talk about the NHL moving forward, but that seemed to have been covered in an earlier edition. But we started talking right before we were going to record this, and we decided, what do you think the world's going to be like in the next 1,000 years? Given the circumstances, we've got global warming. There's the economy looks like it's going to collapse soon, but I don't know enough about that to talk about that. I'll let you guys.
Yeah, maybe we won't dive into that one.
Yeah. Dude, it's tough. 1,000 years, because think of 1,000 years ago.
Yeah,
it seems like science fiction what we have now compared to 1,000 years ago. Right? So much happens, and I feel like it's growing at such a huge rate, right? Even 20 years ago, there was no iPhones, right? Look, now they're everywhere. So 1,000.
I personally can't envision humans being around in 1,000 years.
I kind of agree.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope so, but yeah, I don't know. Look at this. This the coronavirus we're in right now. This is a dry run of something that will eventually be 10 times worse. You know what I mean? That's fatality rate will be 80% instead of 1% or not even.
Yeah, because they're saying just because of all the the polar ice caps melting, new bacteria and viruses are coming out that could have been frozen after all these years, right? So
that's terrifying.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? That's another. I don't know if it's true or not. Like I said, I'm not qualified to be, giving an expert opinion. I'm just giving you my own opinion on this.
Welcome to Anthony's TED Talk. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's just say humans. Let's say we do survive 1,000 years from now. Let's kind of where do we see the human race 1,000 years from now?
1,000 years from now. Well, think of how much we are exponentially getting more technologically advanced.
Yeah,
definitely.
I think, oh man, the biggest concern is are we going to band together or are we going to try and kill each other? Because if we're going to try and kill each other, then we're never going to progress. And I could see us not being around in 1,000 years. The way things are going, I couldn't see us being around in 1,000 years.
I agree. I think it's funny because I was listening to Joe Rogan podcast the other day with Elon Musk was back on. And he's creating this company that pretty much what they do is they drill a little hole in your skull. They take a piece off and put electrodes into certain parts of your brain. So it's like if someone has like, oh my god, like a brain injury, whatever it may be, right? It can actually like attack that certain part of the brain and like help that person, right? Even to the point where like quadriplegics can like become fully like able to use all their limbs again just by this like little like electronic computer. And he's talking about like within the next 5 years that this will be in people's things, and like within the next 25 years, like that like we won't even speak to each other like using actual like words. It'll just be like we'll be able to know what each other are thinking just from all these computers we're using, right? So I think there's going to come to a point where like, and that's he says that's 25 years from now, and I mean I can't imagine that being 25 years from now.
He's super optimistic.
Think 1,000 years from now. I could see that being a possibility 1,000 years from now, where we're half like almost cyborg. You know what I mean? Like we have so many like computers that go into our brains, and we're just like, it's like one universal language almost, right? We can understand everybody and stuff. I think that's like that'll eventually happen.
The crazy thing is that so people have talked about like with Google, right? That's sort of like the end goal is something like that. You'd have like a chip in your head, right? Where you can just sort of recall any information that you can find on Google just in your head. So it's like, how would you go to school and take tests and stuff? You could just look everything up and just compute stuff right in your head. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't think you even need school anymore. That'd be it.
Exactly.
Like, the only reason you need school is to learn, to develop your brain, right? That's the only reason you need school. If your brain's already developed with computer chips, that's one less thing you need.
But dude, it'd be super sketchy, right? Because think of how much information like the NSA and stuff collects on people now. Imagine, like, there's no way that there's not going to be a little back door into the chip in everybody's head, right? You think about something, and it's like Minority Report, kind of.
Yeah, like imagine this chip. So we develop chip technology that goes on your brains, and then you could have it like Wi-Fi or whatever, and it's the internet as well. So you can just automatically know. You don't even need to fucking go on you don't need to go on a computer. You can just in your mind like do a search and things. Imagine how insanely intelligent everyone would become. Oh my god.
I know. It's like we'd all just like at that point you'd just be robots. Like you know what I mean? Like we'd all just be like AI. That's all we'd really be, right? Because we'd be all knowing. We know everything. So like what
happens next? You know what I mean?
Your capabilities would be endless. Yeah. You could build a rocket ship. You could build anything you wanted to, like because you'd have the know-how, right?
Oh yeah.
At the same time, I can imagine people wouldn't really be going anywhere anymore, right? You'd have sort of like hologram like tech, right? Your little brain chips are all wirelessly linked. So, it's like you close your eyes and you're just hanging out. You don't even need to use Zoom and stuff. So everybody just stays inside. You just simulate the outside.
I just feel like, like if we can get over this fucking disaster that's recently happened, I hope that people understand, and it brings us together, because I feel like even if we knew everything, like just say we have the internet in our heads.
Yeah.
If we knew everything, we would still have the desire to want to explore beyond just the current planet we're on. I think.
Yeah.
I think that's just like an innate thing that we have, is to explore and to discover new things. And even with all of the internet's technology, all the knowledge, we don't know enough about space. So we would have to explore.
Yeah, it's like we only know what's here.
Dude, but imagine everyone's linked up with these chips, right? So when you learn something, everyone else learns it too. So you couldn't lie to people anymore.
No,
right? Or unless you have a private section of the chip that's just for you or something. But I doubt it.
You'd kind of lose your humanity at that point.
That's what I was thinking too. Like, what a complete erosion of just the human connection,
Yeah.
It would just be like a disaster. You wouldn't I don't know. That's the problem, right? Like the best thing about humans is that we're flawed. We have problems and that. That's what makes everybody human, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
As soon as you go too heavy into technology and computers and stuff like that, we lose that. And then there's no connection anymore with people. Like, how do you establish relationships? How do you do anything, right? I think it would probably distance us more than it would bring us together.
I agree.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look at it now. you have a bunch of people over and everyone's looking at their phones, fucking texting and shit, right? Or like on Facebook,
Yeah.
like like people are being already slowly drifting apart.
That's funny you mentioned that too, because like think about it, like we're already like pretty connected to artificial intelligence with like our phones and everything, right? And think of how much like Twitter and Facebook just like rips people apart. You can yell at everybody, like look how just like toxic it is at all times, you know?
Oh, I know. It's insane. I just recently got back onto Facebook because like I had to through work. Like it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, but like I'll open it up and man, like I'm just I like looking at the comments because like you just see everybody just ripping into each other nonstop. And then like they'll take a video and they'll analyze it and like just rip a guy apart. And it's like you can't like escape it. If you mess up, that's it. You're done. If it gets out like into social media, you're done.
Yeah, any little thing you do.
We've long said one day they'll come and try to cancel the ScruffCast. We'll never give in.
Oh, never ever.
But it's the thing is the standards keep getting higher and higher. So the people who are like, let's cancel that guy, then soon enough, something that person did will not be allowed anymore, in quotes here, and then they'll get canceled, right? And it's like, what's left? There's just nobody left. Everybody's bad. That's the whole point. Everybody, like you said, Dan, everybody's flawed, right?
Everybody's flawed. That's the whole point of this, right? There's no perfect person out there. All the people, what is it like? The whole thing. You point one finger, there's three pointing back at you, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or the whoever cast the first stone, whatever the hell that saying is.
Yeah.
Like that's
the
what it is, right?
Calling the pot black.
Yeah. That's spot on. That's I think more accurate because everybody's done something. To in this new world be fired from their job.
Yeah, it's insane. I've gotten to a point where I've just wanted to put my phone away and never touch it again and just kind of live my life because it's just insane watching everything going on. Yesterday I spent the first 2 hours of my waking life watching women fight. Like street fights, just slapping each other silly, and then reading all the comments and oh my god, man. And then just women slapping a guy and then being like, you can't hit me, and then a guy just knocking her out kind of thing. Man. What am I doing? What is wrong with people?
Last night, Taryn was watching those Karen videos where it's those middle-aged white ladies I want to speak to your manager complaining about stuff. And I'm just playing video games. I can see her next to me on the couch. She's reacting to whatever the hell's going on.
That's funny.
It's the same thing, right? You just get sucked in.
Yeah, it's a wormhole. Mm-hmm. It's brutal.
Yeah, no, going back to, the next 1,000 years, I think if you were to think of one event that would kind of finish us off. Let's go the pessimistic route now.
Okay, sure.
So if you were to think of, I know it could be an event or something happens in, society or whatever, but what do you think's going to do it?
I think it's a virus.
Yeah.
I think this is it. Yeah. I think, and even, I thought that even before this whole coronavirus thing happened. Because apparently scientists and stuff are they're constantly 2 steps behind all tracking all viruses and trying to create vaccines or cures or whatever it may be, right? They're so far behind on it because it's just ever evolving, all these different things. And I think eventually it'll just be the downfall of us.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I feel like the coronavirus really exposed how unprepared we are.
Yeah. I don't think it'll be global warming. I don't think it'll be any of that. I think we'd be able to survive that. But I think what kills us all is,
Yeah, here's the thing. If global warming was really going to kill us, we'll find a solution, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, global warming's been 10 years away from killing everybody for 50 years or whatever. So people are kind of it's a problem, but we'll deal with it later.
Yeah, it's a future us. There's greater problems right now.
Exactly.
It'll kill some people for sure, right? But there'll still be some to survive. I think a virus will wipe out everybody eventually.
Especially because it's not even going to be the virus that kills everybody. It's going to be just the stubbornness and stupidity of people. Because this one isn't that serious, and everybody's still out there, right? People are we're going to the beach.
Yeah, think of so everyone's oh, we got to stop pollution. And okay, think of will the Earth turn into Venus in 50 years? No. But that's when fossil fuels are expected to be completely depleted. So
yeah, which will help us because then we'll start saving the environment at that point. Yeah, once we stop burning fossil fuels and everything, right? We'll have to turn to like sustainable energy. You have no choice at that point, I guess.
I imagine as we are closer to running out, the prices are going to skyrocket, obviously.
Yeah, for sure. But it's crazy. Absolutely. Like, even if we make it to like 4 billion years, like that's it.
Yeah, then the sun's going to eat everybody.
Well, that's the whole thing, right? Like we're done by that point, so it doesn't even matter unless we become like interplanetary. You know, that's the only way the human race survives. If we don't get to that point, we're dead regardless. I mean, that's so far down the road. I'm sure there's something else that'll wipe us out before then. But even if we don't become interplanetary soon, then later we'll all, I think we'll be wiped out, because I think that's one thing that could protect from like a virus or whatever. And it's sad, but it's the only way to keep the human race going, even if it's a very small portion, right? 0.001% of the population, boom, send them off somewhere. At least the human race continues.
Yeah.
Have
you guys ever heard of this like theory called like generation ships?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Where they
like
they have a space shuttle and they have like exactly, it kind of explains itself.
Yeah, you just like, it's just generations of people on a ship until they finally get to a destination.
Yeah, so a lot of the middle generations are going to be people who are born and just grow up and then, have kids, right, to keep the generations going, and then die. So their whole existence is just on the ship. Because since we can't travel the speed of light, right, or anywhere close to it now, that's the only realistic way of getting people to these far off destinations. But it's like not really ethical, right? Or there's a lot of dodgy.
Yeah.
Maybe we're already on a ship and this is a simulation and we're that middle generation.
Yeah, maybe. And they're with that, we will wrap this up. We're not getting into simulation theory. No, I think that's a possibility for sure.
Yeah, this is a good question.
Yeah, this was good, Anthony. This was informative.
Yeah.
I enjoyed this one.
Maybe
we'll have you on a few more times. We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, now we have the tech to get anybody on.
I know. With Doom stuff, we could really have anyone on.
I like it because the conversation branches into so many other conversations.
Yeah. That's the power of the ScruffCast these days, Anthony. The times have changed since episode 33.
Literally 67 episodes ago.
That was like 2 years ago. Like, it was so long ago.
Yeah, it's all about how you finish, right?
That's right. But you know what, though? You were our first guest.
There we go. That's why if I appeared all the time, I wouldn't be worth as much.
That's true, too. That's kind of like where we're at with Kalon right now.
Yeah, you know what?
He's lowered his value.
He leaves a dry taste in your mouth after a while.
You were on because we were actually going to Chicago to visit him. And
that was
flying out on the Tuesday, so we had no choice but to record with you on the Monday.
We had no choice. You had to be on it.
That was already 2 years ago, eh? Was it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, that was an awesome trip.
That was
a good
I think we spent the whole next episode just talking about how great the trip was.
Yeah, I think that was literally it.
Yeah, that was a good time.
That was a good trip.
All right. Well, we'll wrap this up here. Anthony, thank you for being on today, obviously. And thanks for being on to the previous episodes. And I would thank you for listening, but you don't. So I'm not going to thank you for that.
No, I have you on Spotify now, so I'll start listening. And
perfect.
And sorry about last night. Yeah, I got backhanded with the coronavirus. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, that quick 12 hour.
Yeah. When you just get really you just get cold and you can't shake it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I was just, oh my God, I couldn't move. So I was in bed, done.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of weird. Yeah, for those who don't know. For those who don't know, Anthony was going to record with us last night. We're recording this Sunday afternoon. He was going to record with us last night, but he came down with a little bit of the flu, so he didn't.
Yeah, and I guess maybe I just messed that up for you guys if you wanted to combine it into one episode. So you'll have to do a lot of editing now, but
there's already going to be a ton of editing. Yeah. We're still not sure how it's going to be edited. So, well, as of right now, it's already being played in people's ears, so they know how it's been edited.
Oh, okay. All right, guys. Well, yeah, nice talking to you guys, and you take care.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, Anthony.
Coming on.
It's an honor. Have a good one.
All right.
guys.
All right, on to the next guest. Whoop!
And once again, back into the present day. It's always good to hear from our buddy Anthony. He had the honor of being the first one to fill out the third mic.
He was the
show.
the first person to do it.
Even though he's never listened. But hopefully that'll
we'll
change.
See now.
Yeah.
We'll see. And now that he knows we're on Spotify, he was unaware of that before. So, and of course, the wise wizard himself always brings an interesting topic to the ScruffCast.
That's a good way to put it. I'm kind of glad his original idea of talking about the NHL was taken by Chris. So we got a good conversation out of him.
That could have been a full episode right there that you could have done on that. I don't know if people would have found it interesting, but we did. And that's all we care about here. Everybody knows that.
That's what it's all about. You guys have 100 episodes of this now.
We do this for us.
Yeah.
That's it. All right. Well, that was Anthony. Next up, we're moving on to Ian. Yes, it's Ian. All right. Here's Ian. We are back with our next guest, Ian. Ian, welcome to episode 100 of the ScruffCast.
Yeah, congrats. It's big.
Thank you. And for those of you who remember, Ian has been on 4 episodes, which is actually tied for the record amount of guest hostings ever done on this.
Really? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you're actually up there with Kalon. So you share that space with Kalon.
I'm in good company, I think.
That's right. So Ian was first on episode 60 called Tokyo Shit. Episode 68, National Guest Host Day, where it's just him and John. Episode 80, Christmas is Here, which was the podcast that came out on Christmas Day.
Ah, yeah.
And episode 87, Get Off My Lawn, which I think was also just with you.
I know. What was that?
Yeah, I think you had
that last one. I don't quite remember.
I don't know where I was.
Yeah, Danny had to back out for some reason. I don't recall.
Yes. And then I messaged you. I was like, hey, man, you want to swing by the studio? Well, we should also give a shout out to on that Christmas episode when Ian came by. He brought us those delightful ScruffCast mugs.
I'm already missing mine. Man. I should have taken mine with me when
you should have, just like when at work when we cut the office lease, I made sure to take a mug with the logo. Right? It's just like studio closing up for a little bit.
Yeah, I know. All right, Ian. Something you want to bring to the table? Something you want to talk about?
Yeah, man. So I messaged John this a little bit earlier. So I wanted to bring something that looked into the past of ScruffCast and remember some of the things you guys used to actually do on the ScruffCast. So I decided to combine 2 segments that you guys used to do into one. So back then, back in your earlier episodes, you used to just read articles and just give your opinions about them, which you guys still once in a while do. But I'm bringing that back, but also bringing back the Jabroni of the Week. So I picked 3 headlines at random, and we can debate who is the Jabroni of the Week. And not each article will. You might think it's not a Jabroni or anything, but like I said, it's up for debate.
Okay, I like it.
So whenever you guys are ready, we can get into it.
All right, let's hear them.
Yeah. Let's get into it.
So the first story is from Australia. A guy broke into a museum and basically stole a staffer's cowboy hat. He took selfies with his head in a dinosaur skeleton's mouth and just caused riot inside of this museum alone. And he was completely by himself.
That's hilarious. So it was like middle of the night, I guess he broke in.
Yeah. There's actual video footage of him just dancing around and doing stupid shit in the museum.
And all this, he's wearing a cowboy hat.
Yeah, he took one of the staffer's cowboy hats, which is kind of fitting because I guess they do cover Wild West in a museum. So,
all right.
Yeah, that was the first story.
You know what? This guy sounds like Hero of the Week already.
I know.
Moving on to the second story. A man broke into a cancer ward. He downs 2 bottles of sanitizer before taking a piss and then throwing up and then pulling down a curtain to use as a blanket. A cleaner was horrified to find him on the floor next to urine and vomit, sound asleep the next day.
Wait, so he drank the sanitizer?
He drank the sanitizer, took a piss, and barfed it all up, and then fell asleep using the, I don't know if you know the curtains that they use, when they have like multiple beds in one room.
Yeah. So, like, was this guy trying to have like a COVID-19 cure here or something like that? What, the Donald Trump treatment? Was that what was going on?
So they said that he lives at no fixed address. So I think he was just homeless and was drunk doing it. Oh yeah, it says right here he had a problem with alcohol that he needed help, and he only got fined a $500 bill.
That was it, after all that. Okay, so he's an alcoholic who just needed, like, it's almost like the Listerine. You know how there's like alcohol in Listerine? You get some drunk people to drink that. It's like the same kind of thing, right? Trying to get like a high off a sanitizer.
Yeah, with all the coronavirus stuff going on, I was thinking like disinfectant, like properties of it is what he was going for.
That's what I was thinking too. Like the people drinking the Clorox or Lysol or whatever, right? I was thinking the same kind of thing.
All right, I'd say this guy's a little more jabroni than the last one.
Yeah, let's save the comments for the very end, though. Yeah.
And this third one, I don't know if you guys are going to agree with this because you guys are a fan of this guy, but Elon Musk replying to his one critic about him opening up the factory in California, calling him a boring idiot in Russian. The author who criticized Elon Musk for opening up the factory was basically saying that there's no safety precautions for the workers in place. So he was coming at it from like a concern for the workers, since Elon Musk just wanted to open up the factory again.
Right.
Basically defy, I think in California is where the factory was. So they were saying that this goes against what California's rules are in regards to manufacturing. But Elon Musk, I think earlier, was saying to arrest him if they do find him compliant against these orders. So.
I did hear about all this.
Yeah, he basically wanted to open the factory again and then said, we're just going against the orders. And, if you want to come in and arrest anybody, I'll be down there with everybody else. Just arrest me, don't arrest the workers.
All right, John, do you have your jabroni of the week? Your jabroni of the articles.
Jabroni of the articles. Dude, it's got to be that second guy locked in. Because he's taking the disinfectant when people need it the most, right? A, it's in the cancer ward. And B,
I was about to say, this guy's in a cancer ward. That's pretty brutal.
Yeah. So A, obviously people there have, like riskier immune systems. They need that stuff. And then B, we're in the middle of a pandemic. People need that stuff. And then C, I don't know. It's just bizarre.
All right. Fair enough. I like that one. My jabroni goes to Elon Musk.
No.
Yeah. I like him. I do. But like, after seeing all that stuff, I was just like, oh, dude, come on, man. He's trying to play like the patriot hero, even though he's not even American. Like, he's trying to play like the patriot hero, liberate America, free America. It's just about money for him. That's all it really is, right? Even if it's not about money, it's all selfish reasons. There's no, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's no thought behind it besides that. He just wants to open up his factory so he can keep his businesses rolling, right? Yeah. And it sucks. Like, I like him a lot, but I thought I was like watching all that go down. I was like, man, you're an idiot. Like, don't do this. You know what I mean? Don't do this.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree on that.
The guy's such a scatterbrain. I can't imagine he has all the safety protocols in line, like, to deal with this, to open up the factory. And then he pulls the hero card. If you want to arrest someone, come arrest me. You know what I mean? Get out of here. I hope they do go and arrest him, and he actually has to like serve jail time. That'd be hilarious.
Oh, could you imagine?
Yeah, but he's rich, though. He's not going to really serve any jail time if he got arrested, right?
Of course not. Yeah.
I can imagine what his bail would be at that price too for someone like that. I mean,
I know he could pay whatever the hell he wanted to. It wouldn't even matter.
Did you see him losing it on Twitter when he's like, the Tesla stock price is a bit too high in my opinion. And then it plummeted. And I saw people replying like, dude, I just lost $10,000. What the hell's wrong with you? Like people on the stock.
Like, I know I started I was like, man, he's starting to lose it a little bit. He's a weird guy as it is. And like, I don't know, man, does some questionable things.
I think it has to do with I don't know if he was panicking because his kid was being born during like a crazy time or something. Because he was talking about giving away all his physical things and selling all the houses that he owns.
Yeah, which apparently he's doing. Like I was talking earlier about it. I was listening to Elon Musk on Joe Rogan. It's like a new one just came out within like the past week. And Joe Rogan asked him about that, right? And he's talking about how he's just going to sell his houses and rent instead, right? Like, but he was saying it's pretty much just like so that nobody has like this fuel to be like, oh, look at all this stuff you own, just because you're rich and this and that. Like that was more so his motivation towards it, right? And also like, to try to like rid yourself of material possessions and this and that, right? He's a weird dude, which makes me like him, but also, he does some stupid stuff sometimes too.
Yeah, he's been flying
Yeah, I
off
think
the
that's
handle.
why I would have to go with him as a jabroni of the week as well. I think with everything that's been going on with him in Twitter, and it's kind of ironic too because he does criticize social media a lot, but he uses it fairly frequently to, I guess, I don't know,
Yeah.
get attention or what have you. But yeah, that seems to be, and he's putting people in really bad risk because that's a lot of like close proximity in a factory like that, right? So
Well, that's the thing. It's like an assembly
Yeah.
line, I would assume, right? Like that's the thing. He's not like I don't think he's thinking of all the little people that are probably like, oh, I don't want to go back. What the hell? Like, you know what I mean?
mhm.
But like, what are they gonna do? Lose their jobs if they don't go? That's the problem, right? So
Yeah, I was reading that in California they were actually allowed to open, but in the like the different counties
it's
have
the
like
county he's
their
in.
own rules.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that was the big fight about it.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting. Did they actually open? I don't know.
I'm not
I
sure
don't know.
actually.
I don't think
Yeah, I
it,
didn't look
not
that
yet,
up.
but and then he's like talking about moving his factory to Texas instead and stuff like that.
Dude, it's tough though because then California has to say like, okay, we're not going to let you open. We're thinking of the safety, right, and the health. Or he's like threatening to go to Texas, and then he's like, see ya. And then it's like, well, now we just cost all those people those jobs because we
Yeah,
were
probably
refusing to let
thousands
it
of
open,
people, right?
So it's like if you were the lawmakers in the county there, it'd be kind of tough because it's like, well, do we risk the people going back and getting sick, or do we just let their jobs get eliminated? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
Meanwhile,
It is
tanking
tough.
the economy as well, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's kind of holding the gun to their head in that sense, right?
I think Joe
Damned if
Rogan
you
was
do,
talking about
damned
that too, moving to Texas instead of living in California because like he needs a comedy clubs to in order to survive, right? But if there's no comedy clubs or people being allowed in audiences of any kind, then what's the point of living there?
Yeah, those guys are kind of screwed. I think Chris D'Elia was on Joe Rogan. And they were kind of talking about it too, right? And they're just saying like if they can't have crowd, like there's gonna be no crowds till like next year at the
Yeah.
earliest, like, and yeah, they're screwed. They can't do shows. They can't do anything. They can't even practice. Like, you know what I mean? Some of these guys just go to tiny clubs, just to mostly like work on their material. They can't even do that.
Yeah, it's tough. I don't know because you think of like musicians, right? They make all their money on tour.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, not record sales or whatever, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
Or Spotify plays.
crazy times. Yeah.
I
All
don't know if
right.
you guys have heard any other crazy news that you would deem considerable for the jabroni of the week that maybe I just missed because I just did this search pretty quickly.
You know what? Like, this probably would have been a great time to like have articles and
Oh yeah.
and have all this stuff because there's just so much going on right now and so many people saying so many
Mhm.
stupid things, right? That this probably would have been a great time to be doing all the articles and this and that, right? But it's countless. I just like Donald Trump is just the jabroni of forever.
The year.
Like that's kind of what it's coming down to, man.
Dude, his tweets are
Yeah, I
so
agree.
good.
Yeah, man. It's just like it's so cringeworthy. Like the validation he needs to seek at all times. It's like it's so sad. Like I feel bad for him a little bit. You know what I mean? There's like a huge insecurity there that like he doesn't even acknowledge that he has, right? He doesn't know that he needs this validation from everybody.
What I find even more ridiculous was just people have to refute his quote unquote facts all the time. Like when he talked about the disinfectant and injecting that, like
Bruh, he
Lysol
was
and all these
being
companies.
sarcastic.
Yeah, so
Right, then
funny.
he spins it afterwards.
Oh man, what were you saying,
What-
John?
I read one time that somebody said his tweets sort of read like an NPC, like a non-playable character in video games. You walk up and the guy in the town is because he always has exclamations after everything, and it's like things are going to open up. Sad, like the grammar doesn't make sense, stuff like that. And once I read that, I always view them that way.
What did he say? Did you see the clip the other day when he was talking about the Space Force? And he was talking about how they're building like a new like missile or whatever. And he's like, "Yeah, I call it the super duper rocket." He literally said,
No
super
way,
duper.
really?
I swear to God, you can search the clip up. I watched it. He's like, "Yeah, I call it the super duper rocket."
That's pretty
and
good.
17 times. It goes 17 times further than anything we've done before. People are like, "Jesus Christ, the super duper rocket, man! Come on."
And that's like the vaccination project that they have, the Warp Speed or Operation Warp Speed or what have you. I forget the name, but
Yeah.
it's something like that.
Operation Warp Speed.
He's just
Tell you
wild.
what, that's a good name.
He just says stuff, man. It's just whatever comes to his mind, he just says. Which, like, in one case is refreshing, right? Because you're getting his honest thoughts, but his honest thoughts are stupid. So You don't necessarily want them. That's the problem, right?
That's the weird thing too. Like if he wasn't in this position, he'd be actually pretty fucking funny. Like I feel like if he was just a comedian or something.
Dude,
just
I
saying
know,
all these
like
things.
some of the
Oh, for
things
sure.
he does and says now are like so funny, but it's like I don't really think the president should be doing it. Like, dude, somebody in the
Exactly.
race or whatever dropped out on the Democrat side, and he's like, "Oh, I'm really sad to hear that you're dropping out of the race. You were the one I was really scared of." But it's like the
Yeah.
person had no chance. I'm like, "Oh man, what a troll!"
That's the thing. Like, yeah. Again, I was listening to like Joe Rogan and Krista Lee, and they were talking about like how funny Donald Trump actually is. And they're like, dude, this guy's like the best internet troll there possibly is. Like the way he trolls people. He's like, you get the president like tweeting memes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like it's insane. Like this guy is like, they're saying this guy's hilarious. Like,
Dude, but the people eat it up. I remember he tweeted a picture of his head photoshopped onto Rocky, and then the news agencies are like, Trump tweets a doctored photo, and it's like, do you think he was really trying to fool you guys?
yeah, exactly.
Like,
yeah.
we had to research and see. Oh, he is in fact not ripped.
I think the funniest for me was when some White House physician came on air and they're like, yeah, Trump's in very like really good health, and they were just reporting that apparently for lunch he eats like 2 Diet Cokes and like a bunch of McDonald's and KFC and all this stuff.
Oh yeah, I know. I remember all that. Yeah, his diet apparently is just like horrible. But
there was a time too, maybe a couple weeks back, where somebody on like, I don't know, the White House like coronavirus task force or whatever was like, oh, I felt I had a low grade fever, blah blah blah, and Donald Trump goes, ugh. He like just walks away while she's talking, and he does like a loud audible ugh. It was just so funny.
Man.
Yeah, if he was anybody else, it'd be hilarious.
Yeah, if he wasn't the president of the United States, he'd be hilarious. All right, Ian. Well, I think we'll wrap this up here. We appreciate the topic. See, you brought a topic like you took a deep dive, and brought something out of the time capsule of the ScruffCast and brought to us. So that was nice. That was a nice treat.
Man,
honestly, I kind of do miss the articles. That's why I was going to ask if there was any plans of you guys bringing that back, because you guys were good at finding some pretty obscure articles.
Dude, the whatever the people want, that's what we're doing.
Yeah,
that's it.
Hopefully, people
maybe you know what? If we find one here and there, we'll throw them in, right? Like, we don't really actively search them out anymore, but it's also nothing that's even on my mind. Like I read tons of stupid articles, but I never think to even save them anymore. So maybe we'll start.
Right.
Yeah, we always tell people, right? If you come right in with literally whatever you want us to talk about.
Yeah,
just a question, or if you find an article or something.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, has there been a lot of emails for the 100th, or?
Oh, well, I guess technically all the emails have been read so far, and it's quite disappointing, I'm pretty sure.
But it is set to be a beefy episode.
Yeah, this is a long one. All right, Ian. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to ask my last question. Well, what's it at so far, time-wise?
Oh, geez. I don't know.
On Zoom, it like doesn't keep track for you. So I kind of got a the time when we start. But we're easily going to be well over an hour and a half once we have everybody.
Yeah. Obviously, you're listening to this right now. You know the time already. And you know I'm not pleased by it.
No, because I believe the previous record was set on the episode Kalon's Back, the Marathon.
Yeah.
But I think
I was going to say, Kalon has a big smile on his face right now.
I think one that Dan and I did came close.
But that was when we did the watch through.
Yes.
That almost doesn't count.
That might have been the longest one, yeah.
Yeah. All right, Ian. Well, thank you for being
having me on.
Yeah, no, thank you for being part of the minor success of the ScruffCast. Thanks for always emailing in. We appreciate that.
I tried
Thanks for listening since the start.
Actually.
I know.
Hey, you've been a long-time supporter.
Yeah, thanks for being on the episodes. Thanks for filling in. Thanks for guest hosting, doing everything, man. We appreciate it. We couldn't have done this without
consistently doing this. I know it's a bit challenging, especially when you guys kind of live apart and have your own lives going, but it's much appreciated, man. I do listen to this at work, and it's really helpful. So
good.
From me and all the fans, thank you.
Well, thank you.
So heartfelt.
Kind words.
You're too nice. You're nicer than we deserve, I feel.
Yeah, for sure.
You guys deal with Kalon, so there has to be a balance,
All right, Ian. Thanks for being on, man.
Have a good one.
Thanks, Ian.
Okay, on to the next guest. All right, back to the present day. Always a joy having our old friend, one of our oldest friends, actually, Ian on the show. I'd say one of our oldest friends, like I don't know, as long as we've known, you know what I mean? Like he's an oldest friend. Well, we've probably known him the same time we know each other, just about.
Yeah. Yeah. And, but actually is around the same time as Kalon. I think we both met him in the same grade. At least I did.
I met Kalon later. Like,
I see.
Later, just because like we never had like classes. You know, when you're that young, right? You kind of like don't really know people from the other classes.
Yeah,
so
they don't
never
exist.
had any classes together for like a few years. So I didn't meet him till like later in elementary school. But so that was Ian.
Yeah, I like him. Sort of kicking it back, bringing up some of the old segments.
Yeah, that was. It's crazy that we used to do that stuff. Like when he brought it back up, I was like, "Oh man, this is nuts!" That this was a thing we did for like half of the length of the podcast.
I know. I had kind of wanted to go back and get the stats on how many episodes do we do Jabroni of the week? How many episodes do we do Hero of the Week? I think those two were tied together. How many episodes do we do articles? How many episodes do we do top fives and get the stats? But so much work because we always try to keep the mystery in the description, so there's no way to know.
Yeah, that's right. All right, moving on to the last guest host we've had, which is Taryn, John's fiance, who filled in not that long ago. So here she is.
And we're back with our final guest of the episode. None other than the most recent person to co-host on the show, my lovely fiance, Taryn. Welcome, Taryn.
Thank you.
Taryn was on episode 92, Emergency Backup Guest Host, which was only, I guess, 8 episodes ago.
Dude, hard to believe, though, that was already 8 weeks.
It doesn't feel like it was that long,
yeah.
Which means we've been doing this, was this our 7th one then?
This would be the 8th.
Or 8th. This is the 8th one. Jesus.
Yeah, so it's been 9 weeks since the quarantine.
Oh, boy.
Well,
also doesn't feel like it's been that long, but...
Yeah, I know. Well, obviously keeping with the sort of theme we had, each special guest we have on this episode is bringing their own topic or sort of thing that they'd like to talk about. And Taryn has been hyping hers up to me today, so I've been excited to find out what it is. So take it away, Taryn.
I'm nervous.
So I don't have a topic, but I thought instead that we could play a game in honor of your 100th episode.
All right.
And I was thinking, since you guys have been spending so much time speaking to previous guests, we need to bring the ScruffCast back to its basics. And it's about you guys. So I thought we could play ScruffCast trivia and see how well you guys know each other.
Okay.
This is pretty good. Okay. I like this.
I have, you can see on Zoom, I have 2 Post-its. I will be keeping score, and we'll have a winner by the end. I have 8 questions each.
All right.
Okay.
Let's do this.
And I think I've gotten the answers correct. So we're going to start off with John.
Oh, so you have the answers already?
I have the answers. Well, some of them I don't.
Okay.
So you guys might have to fill in the blanks. But
oh boy. Okay. All right.
Okay.
So we're going to start off with John. But before we start, to kick things off,
All right. Now it feels like a podcast.
Now,
yeah, this is
real.
it.
Okay. So question number 1 for John. What is Dan's middle name?
Dan's middle name is Walsh.
Correct.
Correct. Okay.
Dude, I don't like the pressure because now I feel like, what if I got that one wrong?
And they're varying degrees. Some are more difficult than others.
So how far were you? Did you just randomly clicking different episodes? I know you didn't listen to all 100 to find these things.
No,
I know. Yeah.
I picked random ones and I was like, oh, here's a fact.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Same question, Dan. What is Jonathan's middle name? Or John, sorry.
Arsenio.
Great. Okay.
Correct.
All
so.
Right. 1-1.
For 1. Yeah. All right. John, what is Dan's drink of choice?
His drink of choice. See, I wish
I'm
I knew
not sure if I know what my drink of choice is.
I wish I knew the context of the question. Dan's drink of choice. Well, I know Dan enjoys wine, but I'm trying to think that wouldn't be his drink of choice.
Can there be some context? Because
when you're out in a social setting, what would be the drink that you would order?
Hold on, my internet kind of fucked up there. What? Say that again.
Oh, in a social setting, you're out with your friends. Perhaps you're on a golf trip.
Okay. Have I said this question before on the podcast? Have I said this
No,
answer? Have I given this
this is
answer?
just a generic question.
Oh, so this
Okay,
isn't
okay.
a podcast question. This is
No,
just
as
answering.
the questions go on, they're gonna get more ScruffCast specific.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well,
All
I
right,
would
John,
just
I'll
think.
give you a little clue here, okay?
Yeah.
It's like, because I have a drink in my mind, okay? It's an alcoholic beverage. It's not your typical thing you'd think of, but it's something I love, and I'm pretty sure you know for sure I love this drink.
Something you love that I know that you love. Well, if it's not typical, I'm going to assume it's not beer, right?
No.
Something you love that I would know that you love this drink. This one's so open-ended. You're making me look like a fool on my own podcast.
That's the fun of it.
Yeah. Well, if you were, I'm going to say something that you love. Well, I know that you love a Long Island iced tea.
Yeah.
But that's not
Dude,
the
yeah,
drink of
that's
choice.
it.
Was that it?
That was
yes.
it. That
There
was
we
it.
go. Giving myself
Okay.
claps.
1
We
point
had
for
those in
John.
Chicago.
That was pretty good. I'm impressed you remembered.
Okay, Dan. In the 6th grade, John assaulted previous guest host Kalon with what object?
It was a pop can.
Correct.
Dude, the other day she asked me.
And Kalon's response was, "Burn in hell, Jonathan."
Dude, the other day she asked me, I think yesterday, "Oh, how old were you, or what grade were you in when you threw the pop can at Kalon?" I'm like,
So
why?
this is the reason, yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's a good one.
All right.
Okay,
Oh
definitely
man,
told
we
that
haven't
story.
gotten one wrong yet. This is impressive.
John.
Yes.
August 2019, John and his wife, Dan, oh my God, Dan and his wife Anna said, "I do." What was the song that played during their first dance?
Oh man, I don't remember the name, but I helped Dan pick it out.
You did, yeah.
Was it that Dan and Shay song, or is that one of the contenders?
That was it.
That was a song. I don't
It's
know
by
the
them.
title. I don't know the
All
title.
right, that's pretty good. The fact you got that, you don't even know who they are, so that's pretty good. But Taryn's the judge, so
I'm giving you a 0.5.
Okay, I'll take
All
it.
right,
What was the title
yeah.
of the song?
From the ground up.
Karen, how did you remember that one?
I don't know the name of the song. It was just the question.
Oh, you're just pitting us against each other.
Yeah.
I thought you had all the answers. Okay.
No. Okay. Crossing that one off. Okay, question number 3, Dan. In the 8th grade, in front of his whole class, John wrote and read aloud an original what to express his undying affection and infatuation for his crush.
It was a poem.
Correct.
Correct.
She also asked me the grade
The
of
most
that the other day.
cringy thing I've ever witnessed in my entire life. It was
Dude,
fantastic.
it was suave. She missed out.
yeah. That's it.
All right, John. On the 56th episode of the podcast titled Obama Chair, you shared a top 10 list of your favorite fast food establishments. Included on Dan's list was Subway. What did Dan say was his go-to sub?
It's going to be one of two, but I'm going to say chicken bacon ranch. Or was it chicken teriyaki? It was chicken something, was it
No.
not? No?
Incorrect.
Incorrect?
No,
What was
it's the BLT.
The BLT.
Yeah, man.
Minus the tomato.
Minus the tomato.
Yes.
That's exactly right. Yeah, I hate tomatoes.
Damn.
All right.
fooled me.
So no
All
point
right.
for you.
Time to get the
Okay.
jump ahead here.
Number 4, Dan. Every Monday pre-quarantine, you and John had your weekly pre-podcast dinner at the Sherway Mall food court. Oftentimes, John would order from Jimmy the Greek. What was his usual order?
The gyro. Is that how you say it? Gyro?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. Euro
Yeah.
is how I pronounce it.
All right.
Euro.
That
there
one,
you go.
that's way easier than remembering his go-to sub. When was the last time we had Subway together?
Dude, funny enough, one of the last times before the quarantine, I got Subway, remember?
That is true, actually. Yeah, we just
Yeah,
like,
I was
spiced it up.
randomly just like, I'm going to get Subway today.
All right, we're halfway there. So Dan has 4 points. John has 2.5.
Ooh,
All right. Okay.
getting crushed.
John, question number 5. It is a well-known fact that Dan is a fan of the Shrek franchise. Rank the order of all the Shrek films according to Dan's preference. 4 being the worst and 1 being the best. So
wait, what?
coming in at number 4.
Like at number
would be
4, yeah.
Shrek, whatever.
Oh, I see.
The
Okay,
worst
so the one
one,
he likes
yeah.
the least. And we're ranking Shrek 1, 2, 3,
Yes.
and 4.
Shrek the Halls.
So
does
again,
not
I've never
count.
stated this, right?
Okay, so
Okay.
this hasn't been stated, but let's see how well I know.
Okay. Well, hold on. Let me get them in my head. I'm pretty sure I know what they are, but okay, go.
Okay, I'm gonna say coming in at number 4 is Shrek 2.
Okay, should I give like the answer at the end?
Yeah.
Like see if he gets the
Yeah.
order right, and then I say it.
You've got to
at
get
the
them
end?
all
Okay.
correct.
So I'm gonna
Right,
say
keep going.
Shrek 2. Coming in
Okay.
at number 3, I'm gonna say Shrek 3. Coming in at number 2, I'll say Shrek 1. And coming in at number 1, I'll say Shrek 3. So from top to bottom, number 1 is Shrek 3, Shrek 1, Shrek 2, Shrek 4. So 3, 1, 2, 4. Was that close?
So 3 is my favorite. That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
No, 3 is my least favorite,
Oh, I mean, I meant the opposite order.
and 2 is my favorite. The order is 2, 4, 1, 3.
What I have 3, 1, 2, 4, 2, 4, 1, 3. Ah, I went
Okay,
over
the
4.
point is you
Dude, not even
didn't
close.
get that question right. So you
Yeah.
were
Yes,
losing.
nice to rub salt in the wound.
All right. Dan, number 5. On Fan Favorite, episode Emergency Backup Guest Host, co-hosted by yours truly, Jon mentions a story about the first time you guys went fishing together. Jon explains that you caught the fish and released it. Now, what kind of fish was this?
It was a sunfish.
Okay.
Correct.
Yeah.
He's got 5 points.
I tell the full story on another
5 for
episode.
5.
Yeah, I think so. I think we talked about it beforehand too.
All right.
Oh man, I'm getting crushed.
Okay.
I'm a little sad right now, John. I'm not gonna lie. I thought you knew me better. You know.
Bruh, when am I supposed to know your Shrek ranking? I just know that
We're
they all
going into a
blend
new
together.
decade of episodes, and this is what I'm getting from you now. I thought I knew you.
All right. John, number 6. Where does Dan's hatred of Harry Potter come from?
Oh, this one was fairly recent because his parents made him get up early in the morning because they had like passes to go watch the movies.
Yeah, that's the gist of it.
Correct. All right. 3.5, John.
Whew. Oh.
All right. Dan, question 6. One episode, you guys revealed your favorite films. I don't remember the title. I was too lazy to go find it. What did Jon reveal as his favorite film of all time?
Oh my god. I have like two in my head right now.
Well, we did top 5 movies twice, but I'm assuming
I'm gonna
this is
assume
the top
your first one was
Yeah.
your top 5. I'm gonna say Interstellar.
Incorrect.
Is it The Dark Knight?
Incorrect again.
Oh god
It was
damn, okay, I wasn't even
the,
close.
the Social Network.
Oh right, The Social Network.
All
Damn
right.
it.
Interstellar was on the top 5 list, though.
We're
I think it's like
heading
2 or
into
3.
the final 2 questions. John, number 7. On the episode titled Pole Dancing Babies, Dan reveals that he has a cousin that identifies as a... Damn it, I just said that.
It was
I just gave the answer because I was looking
cousin
at
that
the word 'cause I
identifies
had
as
the
a
answer
witch.
right there. All right, I'll come up with another one.
Okay. We'll move
Okay.
on.
I'm just going to skip ahead to question 8 for you, and then I'm going to come up with another one on the fly.
All right, that's okay. I was gonna say we can small talk if you want to think.
Yeah,
of another
we'll
question.
do this as question 7, and then for like the final one. Okay,
All right,
John.
sounds good.
On episode titled Imposters, Dan revealed that as a child he was mad at his parents for naming him Daniel because he wanted to share the same name as a certain cartoon character. Who was that character?
Max from the Goofy movie.
Correct.
Correct.
I don't want to lock in.
That was a good one.
Dan, question number 7. In 2011 or 12, I don't know. John, received a response from which celebrity on Twitter?
Jimmy
Correct.
Fallon.
Correct.
Yeah,
Okay.
I remember that.
Now,
I still tell people that story. That's still cool.
if you guys give me 1 minute, do your small talk, and I'm going to think of a replacement question.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, funny enough, like that witch question, I don't think she identifies as a witch anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, now she identifies as probably like a wizard or something. I don't know.
Yeah, because I knew it was a cousin that identified as a witch.
Yeah, she's Irish. I don't know. They're all wild over there. Yeah, and like her, like my mom's cousin that came from Ireland for the wedding.
Yeah.
It's like her sister's daughter. That's
Oh, I
so
see.
it's like a second cousin, right? But yeah, it's I don't get it. And her husband identified as a warlock.
Really?
Dude, I didn't know this stuff was real, but it's like almost like a religion. So they claim it to be anyway.
Yeah. I don't know. I think on that
I don't
same
know.
episode, I told the story about a guy at work had a cousin or brother-in-law or somebody that said he was like pagan, I think, because they got more holidays. Because he's like a
Oh
substitute
my
teacher or
God.
something. I can't remember. Something
That's
ridiculous.
crazy.
The listeners can't see, but Taryn looks like she's
Well,
having a bit
I
of a
thought I
panic
saw
over there.
something drop from the ceiling, and I'm worried it's a spider.
Was it the 8th question?
Okay, I thought of a question, but I feel like it's too easy, and I don't.
Well, you got to get he's
Okay,
had
all
some
right,
hard
okay.
ones, so I think it's fair.
Yeah.
You
The fact
lob
that I
one
got
up to him here.
Okay.
Long Island iced tea was
All right.
already enough for me.
That's true. That's
Okay.
pretty good.
This is going to be your 8th question. Okay, John? Oh, and just
Okay.
to reiterate, Dan has 6 points. John has 5.5. So you've already lost. So this is just for fun.
Wait,
Oh,
not if I
right.
get this. Doesn't Dan have one more question?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Dan has a son. What is his son's birth date?
Oh. All right, that was a little more difficult than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, but of course not. October 23rd.
Nailed it.
Right.
Go on, John.
Come on. I wouldn't forget something like that.
Thank
That's why
you.
they call me Funkle John. Fun Uncle John.
All right. Dan, last question. On the episode Christmas Vibes, you ranked your favorite Christmas songs. John named his number 1 choice, which was
it was that stupid Paul McCartney song, wasn't it? It was the it's the Paul McCartney one. Jesus Christ, what's the name of it? It's horrible. The song's terrible because we just like ripped on you forever after that.
Yeah.
Oh my God, can I like Google assist me on this one? Like,
I would say if you can name the artist but not the song, you'd get half a point like I did, and then we'd be tied.
Paul McCartney. Hold on. Give me a second. No, I'm not gonna get that. I'm gonna kick myself when I hear the title. It's Paul McCartney anyway.
Correct.
All right. Well, what's the title? John?
Oh, it was a Wonderful Christmas Time.
No.
Wait a
that's
second.
Karen looks
What?
perplexed. Was that
Yeah.
not what I said was
Well,
the number
I didn't
1?
listen through the whole episode. I just made an assumption about what I thought your favorite Christmas song was, and it was not that.
No, 'cause
that's
my
what he
taste
claimed his favorite song was.
That's
Sure,
what I
I'm
said
just
on the
saying.
episode. Yeah.
I thought I knew better.
It wasn't error in judgment. If you listen to the next episode, the Christmas Dud, you would hear that I expressed displeasure
Okay.
at my choice.
So are
I was
we
disappointed.
giving him the-
Backtracked. What
I
song did
thought
you think it was?
Last Christmas by George Michael.
Oh,
it
that's
was by Wham.
Sorry. Oh,
that's a tune.
Disrespect to the other
Sorry.
half of Wham that I don't even know
Okay.
his name.
so
The
Yeah, 'cause
exclamation
we
point.
sung
we're
the
giving
song
him
all
that
together.
point.
The three
We're
of us
doing that.
harmonized.
That's a point because he got Paul McCartney. That's half
That's
a point.
half a point because I got
Okay.
half a
Point.
point
Well-
for Dan and Shay.
I'll take
All
half
right,
the point. Half the
so-
point's fair.
These are the final results. Dan coming in with 6.5 And Jon also coming in with 6.5.
Oh, Jesus. I thought I was one up on him.
Perfection.
So do we have like a
I
lightning
wasn't
round now?
prepared for that.
Yeah, all right. We
Can't we
tied.
just,
You know what?
can't we just
That's
tie,
perfect.
be bros?
Yeah, that's actually
Yeah.
perfect.
Worked out
That
nicely.
works out. Yeah, we tied. All right. That was good. That was awesome, Taryn. I enjoyed
was
that.
good.
That was
Thank you.
fun. It's like a little ScruffCast trivia.
Well done.
I worked very hard on that. It took me a
Well done.
whole 40 minutes.
You know what? That's more preparation than we've ever put into any of these shows combined. So
Yeah, I know.
it's quite impressive still. All right.
Yeah. Well, that was a good one.
Yeah, that was fun. Thanks for doing that. Yeah, that was definitely different, more, I was going to say more creative than everyone else, but, you know, I don't want to sewer them that bad. But that was creative.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. Well, Taryn, thanks for coming on. And thanks for filling in an episode 92
No
and
problem.
hosting with
I'm
John.
Always
It was a
available.
good episode. No matter what. All right.
Yeah. Yes, you are.
right.
Yes. Well, thank you for always supporting the show
That's right.
by I don't know, not listening, but filling in when needed.
I live to give.
Exactly. Yeah. All right. All right. So what do we do now before we say on to the next host? But now we don't have that. So we just go
I know.
like on to the outro.
Sure.
All
Did
right.
she leave?
I think she did.
Am
She
I
pulled the knee in
supposed
on
to?
us,
I thought I
man.
was
She
supposed to
did.
leave the meeting. I thought my time was done.
No, we're still
Oh.
recording, but I could cut this last part out. You know what? We don't cut anything
Okay.
out. We'll just keep it. All right.
Yeah, we're
Alright.
keeping it. All right. On to the outro.
Now I can go?
All right. See ya.
Okay. All right.
Now
Bye.
you can go. Bye.
Bye.
All right. And we're back. That was Taryn. That was a blast, actually. I had a lot of fun doing that.
That was a good one. She was kind of hyping this up a little. And she was like so excited. She kept referring to it as her interview. Like, oh, I got to prepare for my interview. And I'm like, hey, me and Dan are the stars. It's all
This
all
is
about
our
praising
show,
us.
okay?
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. Like, I think that could be a whole episode. I think that's a future episode. The battle of the scruffs. You know,
Yeah. That's a good one.
and we go down. We get Jamie to get a good list of questions going for us, and we have a little battle, a trivia battle. It could be a basic. It could be a normal trivia battle too. It doesn't even have to be about each other.
No. No.
A
it could just
random
be
trivia battle.
random thing. Could be like about hockey or sports or something. That'd be good.
Yeah, I'd be in for that. That'd be a lot of fun.
See, what I would love is the show is, grows enough that we have a following in, many a city, and we could do live shows. We could just go on a tour.
That would be awesome. I'd be
Right.
on board.
Then we just put together a live show, a little bit of trivia here, a little bit of this here. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Maybe call Jaime live, right, into the live show. Oh, that would have been
A
good. If it
live
was so
Jaime
late now,
call.
could have got a live Jaime into the show.
That
I
would
gotta get
that
him
would
on
have been
sometime. Maybe I'll see. Maybe we'll see about like Father's Day. or
I say
something.
just
That'd be
like every time he calls, just like quickly run over and record the conversation.
good. I
'Cause
know.
eventually
I should.
you're gonna get a good Jaime tail on there.
You're
Right?
gonna strike some gold.
Yeah. So, well, see, this is the thing. Like so I'm sure you guys have figured this out by now. We did not record this all on Monday night. This
No.
took a lot of time. People are busy, even in the quarantine. People have crazy schedules. So we recorded this over like the past week, pretty much. So we may have repeated ourselves here and there because this has been so patchy how we recorded this whole thing. But hopefully it comes together in a cohesive unit, and it sounds all right. I think this is going to be a pretty long one too.
Yeah. I mean, we tried to originally keep the sort of guest host segments on the shorter side, like 10 minutes or so, 15 minutes maybe. But then they just kind of grew as, the conversation sort of branched into different tangents. And then though we're looking at a beefy episode here. I imagine it'll probably set the record. I'm just filling a little bit of time here because Dan's video froze for a second there, but he seems to be back again.
See, like this is what I've learned here. So what I started doing, like, because what happens is like when you see me freezing, you also freeze on my end. So you go like, that's what it sounds like. So I just like wait it out until you come back, and that's when I know my internet's back, and then I'll start talking.
I see.
See, so for future reference now, we don't got to worry about that.
I see. Because, when you freeze, I just fill the time. Since all the recording's sort of done on my end, I'm just like, it'll all work. We had that one rough one a couple weeks back where it was like, you didn't even know what was going on. And it was, just left it all in there.
Yeah, that's the fun of the ScruffCast.
Yeah. It's hard to believe. 100 episodes. I still remember sitting out in the backyard of your parents' house. I think we were watching a baseball game on TV out there. Thinking like, oh, you know what? We got to order the microphones because otherwise we're never going to start the podcast unless we commit the money to it.
We got to start a podcast. Let's do it. And we actually did it. And not only did we start it, we've carried it up through 100 episodes.
That's pretty bizarre.
I'm like, you know what?
Yeah, I'm blown away that we would have reached, that we actually stuck with it for that long. Like 100. Like, it's kind of like when you think of businesses, right? Like, when businesses start up, only a certain percentage make it past, like, the first year, then 5 years. I wonder what percentage of podcasts make it past 100. See, the thing is, a lot of people don't have listeners and they give up. We don't have listeners and we just are like, we're just going to keep going.
We just keep going. Who cares? A little pat on our backs,
Yeah.
Just, we've done it. We made it. This whole episode was just to sniff our own farts, really,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's what this was all about. Yeah, so thanks for sticking through, everybody, through 100 episodes. And I guess we'll break the news to you guys now. This will be the very last episode of the ScruffCast. So we appreciate you guys listening. Thanks so much, and we'll catch you sometime. Just kidding.
Oh, man, that would have been good.
Yeah, I know. That would have been a good one. No, we're not ending now. That was a joke. We're just getting started here. We're getting to Jamie, for God's sakes.
Yeah, we are. I'm feeling good about the future. One of my resolutions was to grow the show. Maybe we will. So I actually had a thing in the notes here. Now is the time you guys can help influence the next century of the ScruffCast. It's like, imagine you're watching your favorite show on TV, right? And then it's like, hey, you can influence what happens on the next season. Email us at scruffcast@gmail.com, right? And, some character that you don't want to die doesn't die or whatever.
Yeah. And the best part of it, too, is like one of those shows, there's going to be thousands upon thousands of people emailing in, right? So your thing's not really going to get looked at. But on our show, that we get like 3 emails at best. So you're going to get heard and you're going to get, we'll do whatever you want us to do.
It's a practical guarantee. You heard that one at the beginning of the show. Somebody said, my judgment was terrible. We still read it. We read it all.
We still read it.
Tell you guys.
That's
you
right.
Roast us, we roast you. It's, it's like a roasty relationship we got going on with the listeners. It's the way it goes. Because I know there's still some of you out there who are too shy to write in.
Well, that's right. You're out there somewhere.
But again, if you're hearing this after the fact, right? Maybe you weren't caught up when we recorded 100. Oh, feel free to just write in and praise us regardless. Like whenever you've caught up. We'll take it, of course.
We will, of course.
Yeah. And could you imagine? This could have been the 100th episode of Shoot the Shit, the original title.
Yeah. I'm happy that someone else took that title.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Going back to I still remember the sort of first trial episode we did of Shoot the Shit. And just thinking back, the intro's so bad. Welcome to Shoot the Shit. I'm John, a podcast where we talk about whatever we feel. Oh, so bad. Everybody used to always get the dry lips like.
I know. What's funny is I don't know if the podcast has actually gotten better at all, but we've just gotten more comfortable doing it, which probably means we've gotten lazier doing it.
Oh, definitely. We don't even do anything.
It could be worse, actually. Who knows? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you know what we should do for 100th episode? Let everybody else bring the topics to us.
Yeah, it's funny when we had Anthony on earlier. I don't think we talked about it on the recording, but when we were first kind of in the Zoom room together, we were talking. He's like, yeah, I remember, because he was on early episodes, 15 and 33 or something like that.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, I remember you guys oh yeah, we just I forget what he's saying, but you just read articles and do whatever. I was like, yeah, we don't do anything anymore, actually. We literally don't do anything. We just talk now. So yeah.
Yeah, but now's your chance to I mean, we say it all the time, let us, you guys got to let us know what you want. Is there new segment ideas you have? Are you tired of the top 5? Because we're kind of getting into the weeds. How many food related top 5s have we done? How many movies and actor related ones? Now I like the top 5.
Yeah, I still like it. Yeah, but it may be starting to lose its luster a little bit.
Yeah.
So let us know. Obviously, for the next little bit until the quarantine's up, things will kind of be somewhat normal or somewhat the way they've been. But I think as soon as the quarantine's kind of lifted, we get back into the studio. Some big changes are coming. I'm feeling it.
Yeah, I feel like sprucing up in here, making it look like a real studio.
Yeah, we'll maybe even do the recording like Kalon mentioned, I think, last week's episode. stuff like that. I think that's something we will definitely look into. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think so too. So feel free to let us know. What do you guys want? Do you like it the way it is? We can just keep going. You guys gotta
just
let
give
us
us
know.
too.
And share it
Alrighty.
with your friends. You
Yes.
spent 100 hours, give or take, listening to the ScruffCast. That's a lot of time of your life. So obviously, you must like it for some reason. So share that a little bit with your friends. Are you guys embarrassed? Are you afraid they won't want to be your friend because they'll want to spend all their time catching up on the backlog of 100 great episodes?
That's it. That's the reason.
I know that grandma in the home, she's not getting visitors right now because of COVID. She's got all the time to catch up. So send her an email and let her know.
Tell her about the ScruffCast.
Yeah.
Alrighty. I think that's about it.
I think so. A historic chapter.
Yep. Thanks, everyone, for being with us through the first 100. And hopefully you stick around for the second 100.
Yes.
With that being said, that was episode 100 of the ScruffCast. Thanks for listening, everybody, and we'll catch you next week.
Got me like, oh, as I'm watching her go. All I'm thinking is, oh, damn, that bad thing. I can tell you're really good at distracting.
Yesterday, I spent the first 2 hours of my waking life watching women fight.